Hey guys, it is Approach the Nerd Stream Sunday. I am Maria Park. I'm here with my favorite ATN co-host and married couple. We got Quarter Life Jam and we got Jet Groove. And we are coming to you to tell you about all the stuff that we want to talk about that probably doesn't make any sense. But before that, we got some shout outs. First, I have to say, guys. Approach the Nerd is over 1K subscribers right now. I am so flipping astounded. Not only are we over 1K, we are literally at 1.06. We got 77 subscribers in one day. That's crazy. So I love you guys. We're going to be putting out a 1K crazy ass video for you guys. Hopefully next week, because I didn't expect us to get to 1K this fast this week. So not prepared.
Thank you guys. You guys are the shit.
They are. But yeah, I'm going to let my co-hosts plug their stuff and then we're going to jump into our news for the week. So go ahead, Jam. Take it away. Groove, take it away.
Yeah, Jam, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I am Quarter Life Jam. You guys may have seen me before on Maria's channel. I do the Freaky Weekly, and every now and again, I'm on here just spewing random stuff out of my mouth. I do have a podcast called the Quarter Life Podcast, and you can go and check that out. We also do reaction videos to 1950 stuff, and we have a few other things coming out, so you can also check that out on the channel. Quarter Life Jam is the channel's name, and Quarter Life Podcast is my podcast. Now I shall bring it over to Jet Groove.
Hello, I'm Troy McClure. I remember from such shows as Where Have You Been All This Time? And that
You idiot.
I'm Jet Groove. Hi, what's going on, y'all? Fuyo. So yeah, I'm more so behind the scenes kind of person. If you haven't noticed, I do have my own YouTube channel, but it's grown dust because I'm always doing stuff from the computer. That's more with writing and typing lately than I am making videos. But my channel usually is on the more martial arts centric side of things. If you want to go check it out, cool. Let me know. Show me some love. Watch some things. Be impressed by my amazing acrobatics and kicking. Other than that, though, what I've been mostly working on lately is writing, and that's typically what I do for the channel anyway. Is writing and lyrics and corrections and stuff like that, and voiceover type stuff. And I have books now that I've completed. Yes, I've been doing things. They are hold on, off cameras. Segue. So 2 books actually. One Yesterday's a Day that doesn't end tomorrow. It's a poetry collection. It's just a bunch of poetry I've written. Start from like 2005 up to like 2000. I don't know. Like 12 or 13 or some nonsense. And then this Traveler's Tales Reflection Mirage. It is legit prose. It is I guess you want to call it a poetic narrative, but it's just prose. It's not as deep as like the Odyssey or something, not or as long. But
he likes to think so.
Oh, I like to think everything I do is long and strong and great.
Everything you do is amazing. I'm just saying, Groove.
Yeah,
and somebody just directed a question towards you, Jet Groove. I'm still waiting on the Legend of Korra rant review because we need to hash it.
Before I get into that real quick, I will say, yes, you can buy these books in the Amazon store. You can buy them on digital print and hard copy.
I'll link the links below too, directly to them, so they'll be in the description.
So before he gets pissed, guys, before he gets too angry,
the digital copies are $6 on Amazon, and the paperback are $12. So, support your boy. Try and get that best seller
about this Legend of Korra.
I see. Okay.
Let me get my decaf coffee on while we start this shit.
See, I don't have anything to drink right now. I'm just drinking water. So I'm trying to, stay. Well, I might need a shot after this. I don't know. But I don't like Korra.
All right, that's the end of that statement right there.
I don't like Korra.
Cut it off.
We are going to put out a video. We actually have been scripting the video because we're going to base it off of a few questions that hopefully Groove will be able to get his point across of why he doesn't like Korra. Now, disclaimer, I like Korra, but I'm not going to hate on anybody for not liking Korra. Just like Groove's not going to hate on you for liking Korra, because that's not who we are. I saw that, Groove. You are not. So we are both Sagittariuses, so we're very outgoing. I don't think we're really extroverted, but we're very passionate people. And so
though, I think.
So when we like something, we like it, and when we don't, we desperately don't. But we have learned to wheel that shit in.
I don't know. I might need some more training. I need to go to the hyperbolic time chamber or something.
Okay, well, after the live stream, I'll be happy to give you some tutoring.
And
I've
only seen the first season of Legend of Korra, so I literally have no opinion.
You're not missing much, I promise.
Let's get into our new stuff. Now, one thing is that I saw today, and this probably was posted a few days ago, guys. So the MCU, they're talking about potentially recasting Wolverine. Well, apparently some people are trying to start a petition for the boys, Carl Urban, to be cast as Wolverine. So what do you think about that?
You know what? I've never seen The Boys, and I'm ashamed to say that because I do want to watch it, and I've never seen it.
It's very good.
Sorry.
I was going to say, do you know who Carl Urban is?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay, so
yeah, he was in the remake of Judge Dredd. He played Bones in the Star Trek Abrams movies.
I think he has the right face. I'm not sure. I don't know how well he can play Grit, like on that level, because Wolverine
no. So you need to watch The Boys because I think that's probably why people want him to be Wolverine now, because he's very Wolverine-ish in The Boys.
The best case, he has to look for it. So if he can portray grit and angst to that level, then yeah.
Are you saying that Wolverine is angsty?
Yes.
Or are you just saying he's just highly like, are you saying like Wolverine's like that 1990s, like I listen to Nirvana and
screaming Jean Grey's name out every 5 minutes?
90s angst is not emo angst. 90s angst is grunge.
Grunge angst.
It's different angst. It's like
so like, Nirvana angst, yeah.
So like on the pockets on the pants and 3 belts around the chest angsty, yeah.
So he can, so he will do great as Wolverine, is what I'm hearing.
Now, Daniel Chen just said he's already in Thor 3. And I do know that, but you do know with every property, you can cast somebody in multiple roles. They they even cross-do it. We have actors that have been in DC, Chris Evans, and then go around the Marvel, and now potentially they're trying to get Chris Evans to come back in Green Lantern. So in a Green Lantern Corp capacity, which...
What is with Chris Evans and Ryan Reynolds just trading characters?
Yeah, I don't know. Freaking weird.
and at this point, how will, because Green Lantern was so bad, how will they do that accurately without like the CGI 3D whatever bullshit suit?
I think isn't HBO Max doing a Green Lantern series? I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm still for Jon Stewart, Diggle from Arrow.
Oh my god!
Because I'm saying this 100%. Like Diggle at the end of Arrow series finale. Sorry if I'm spoiling it. If you haven't seen it, what the hell? It's been a minute. Diggle found that green ring, and then he's moving his family to Metropolis. And we got that freaking Superman and Lois show coming out. So if Diggle is not in that show, I call bullshit on this whole thing. He better be in that show as Jon Stewart, because that's the only reason I'm even giving that show.
I would love to see Jon Stewart. Oh my gosh, that's been a huge thing of mine. That I don't think we had a live action Jon Stewart.
No.
Yeah, so no. Get on it, guys.
I don't.
They've already hinted to Diggle being Jon Stewart in another Earth. Because I know on one of the episodes, I can't remember if it was Crisis, somebody looked at Diggle and said, "Where's your ring?" Said that. Yep. And then at the end, the series finale of Arrow, he finds it crashes and he opens his box and then there's the ring. So
yeah.
But if he's not in that like Superman and Lois show, I have questions.
I'm gonna call bullshit. That's what I'm literally gonna be like, CW, this is my rant. What the hell? Why is Diggle not in this freaking you made a point of telling us he was going to Metropolis. He could have gone effing anywhere. You told us he was going to Metropolis. Let him not be in that show. See what happens when that show comes out. See what Maria be doing a review that people are not gonna like.
You underestimate the power of bad writing.
Yeah,
I
underestimate the power.
I just get depressed over it. But all right, so let's talk about stuff that's going to make us even more passionate. The Chris Pratt controversy. So on Twitter, they've been frying and canceling Chris Pratt alive because they said that he is a Trump supporter because he didn't go to, I guess, the Biden fundraiser with all of the Avengers cast. And I know the Russo brothers came out and tried to, basically defend him and say, oh, no, he was filming his Jurassic movie and he was in England, or probably, I think they were filming in England at the time. So there's no way for him to be there. So he wasn't even invited. So
and a lot of the other actors as well have come out to defend him as well. I know Robert Downey Jr. has come out to defend him, and other members of the MCU.
Saldana and all the rest of them.
I will say that they did make an interesting point on Twitter that, with Mackie and Brie Larson, none of the people that came out and defended them when they were getting shit from the Marvel camp. But yeah, all of a sudden everybody's got Chris Pratt's back.
Well, I think it's because specifically, like when you just say the words Trump supporter, it kind of garners like a deep hate in people. That's like being called a Nazi. It's like, oh no, wait, no, let's stop this right here.
Yeah, because nobody tried to cancel Brie Larson. I don't know. I think also because Chris Pratt is just, when you think about Chris Pratt, he's just a very funny, like almost like a teddy bear kind of guy when you think about him as a person, not even as an actor. I mean, the stuff he does. But then again, I don't know.
I didn't know you knew him.
Yeah, on the weekend.
This is the weekend. Tell him to come over.
No. He's too rich.
This is not the first time that Chris Pratt has been involved in controversy. In 2019, Ellen Page called him out because he attends a notoriously known anti-LGBTQ church called Hillsong. And Hillsong's founder, Carl Lentz, believes that LGBTQ people are sinners. All people can attend their church, but they don't welcome their lifestyles. And so because Chris Pratt, being a celebrity, when he goes on some of his interviews and he talks about stuff that his pastor tells him and how he gets this from the church, it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way in the LGBT community. And, Ellen Page is not one to shut up. So she's very vocal. And I know when she posted about it, Chris responded, he said, "It has recently been suggested that I belong to a church which hates a certain group of people and is infamously anti-LGBTQ. Nothing could be further from the truth. I go to a church that opens its door to everyone." But he never commented on the actual quote on their website where it specifically says marriage is only between a man and a woman. I mean, the church itself says it on their website. Yeah. You can Google this. And Ellen was like, well, she kind of was like, can you elaborate on what I actually said? And then he came back and he's like, well, they took me in even after I got divorced from Anna Faris. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with being gay. So I really don't think Chris Pratt is a homophobe. I think Chris Pratt is an idiot when he does interviews. I don't think he thinks. I think it's right for him. So as far as that is concerned, I don't think he's homophobic. I think he's one of those people that he just attends church. He loves church, and he doesn't want to. It's one thing when you've gone to this church for so long and somebody comes in and completely attacks it, and you want to like stick up for it. And you, like you said, he may just not be thinking. And like for him, it's not an LGBTQ thing. It's just like, well, the church loves everyone. My church loves everyone. I love everyone. And he probably just doesn't think of it as anything. And once you put that on there, that whole, when the church put that on there, that they don't accept, gay marriage or marriage should be between a man and a woman, is still probably ingrained in his like overall belief, but he doesn't want to come out and just say that. And that would be my thinking on the whole issue. And as far as like the whole guys, like, get over it. If he didn't go to the damn Biden Harris thing, get over it. He had something to do that day, or he just didn't want to go. Who cares? Like there are points where you may not want to go to some party that you were invited to or you heard that was going on. So get over that. That just because he did that doesn't mean that he's a Trump supporter
at all.
Yeah, I do agree. Politically speaking, I mean, we have no idea what the hell he is. I mean, you don't have to actually go to a rally to be supportive of any kind. I'm broke. I can't go to a rally anyway. I'm just letting you know. I am not a Trump supporter at all. I have no problem putting that out there. But I don't have any money to give to anybody's campaign. So please give to mine. I need to start a Patreon.
I mean, I guess at this point we all do. So I have an OnlyFans for my feet. If you,
I really wish this was true. You bring in so much money. So much money.
But yeah, as for Chris Pratt, like it's hard for me because, you know, not just being queer. And I know a lot of people in the LGBT community hate when they say the word queer because they feel like queer means, oh, you're saying that you being in the LGBT community is weird. That's not really what I'm saying. It's just that I don't want to have to sit here and say, well, I'm a little pansexual and a little bisexual. I like women, but I don't really care what your parts are. I don't feel like going through that, especially since I was raised with a Black father and a white mother. And not even an American white mother. So that's a whole other thing of labels. And I've been dealing with labels for over almost 44 years. I'm tired. Right. So that's why so, you know, I say queer, you automatically know what the hell I'm talking about. So, but if I was with Hillsong, with Chris Pratt, I guess I'm kind of on the fence because he has the right to go to whatever church he wants to go to. Right. That's what it is. For me, though, when he says that I would be welcome, I'm in an LGBT marriage. So what you're saying is I can bring my spouse there, but we can't be married in your church. Like we can't act like we're married. We would not be considered by you married in your church. Yeah. That would be like back in when my parents got married, you know, before it was legal. They got married in Germany and then they came over and got married again. That was early 80s in the South. So you're saying, okay, well, we don't really want, you know, if it's an all white church, well, you can come here, but we don't want to know that you're together. I mean, there's no real difference between that and LGBT stuff. And that's what I don't think Chris Pratt is understanding. Because if that is the motto of your church, it is discrimination. And it's not welcoming everyone. It's a surface level thing. They can't tell you to go away, but they don't have to acknowledge what you are. And that is the problem.
That's like church, most churches in general.
Yep. That's like a lot of Christianity for the most part. I mean, this is why I don't get mad at Chris Pratt about this. I don't really.
He's an idiot, so there's nothing to get mad at.
I want to say just. I mean, I won't say stupid, but he's not playing this right because I think he knows how his church is. But it's like when people go to a certain church for so long, and that's just your church, and you get people to spit. People treat their church like they're married sometimes. They just do not want to separate from the church they've known for so long, depending on what low point they're in. This comes from I don't even do church. So like, you know, like I understand how people get when there's something they're really latched onto. But like with Chris Pratt, I mean, guys, you guys have friends right now that have false and beliefs and opinions that I guarantee you hate, dislike, distrust, or can't stand. They're still your damn friend. Like, get over it. Like, seriously, him not going to the rally does not indicate they support Trump. He has to go out and say that for it to be true. If he didn't say it, it's not a thing.
Pick or it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this is what I think should happen, Groove. I think whenever you look at Chris Pratt and he does something questionable, you just go watch Parks and Recreation, and then you look at his character and you're like, that's what's going on. Exactly. And then you just move on.
Exactly. You know, I think the whole church thing, like, I think Ellen's reaching. Like, stop. I think you're trying to find more reason.
I don't know. I will say that even Justin Bieber said that he had issues surrounding some of the things that they were teaching them at Hillsong. I mean, Ellen's not the only celebrity that's come out. There have been people that are heterosexual that have come out and said stuff about it.
I'm not talking about Chris. The church is a whole
Chris. No, Chris is an idiot.
Yeah. Now, if Ellen and Justin want to go attack the church, by all means. Like, if the church has viewpoints that you feel are caustic or threatening to your everyday living situation, that they teach people to hate on that level, especially that's what they're really doing, then Ellen, direct your attention to the church, not to Chris.
Yeah.
What about Chris?
Chris, I think it's just because he's a celebrity and he was on the night show talking about the church. I think that's probably what got her, because I think they were guests together and she was just like, hold up, I'm gay. Let's not talk about this on national television.
Yeah, but isn't that the thing though? It's so rare that people will attack the institution itself, because it's so easy to attack the individual because you can see the individual. The institution is like a concept.
It is.
And it's a little bit harder, especially when there's like so much behind it. But if there are a lot of people who feel that way, then of course, like, you should direct your attention to that instead of like the individual. And I think that will gain a lot more ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I really think it's just because of the position Chris is in too. If he wasn't even the celebrity where he was, if Guardian of the Galaxy hadn't popped up and made him where he was, I don't think anybody would have even gave a damn about what he said or what he did.
That's
It's just
true.
because he is a moving monetary vehicle, and he's using his platform. That's why I always think talking about politics and religion is never the way to go when you are a celebrity. Keep your mouth shut. Just stop.
Mhm.
I don't care if you believe Santa is flying out of your ass. Don't vocalize it. All right.
I mean, it's just, like, but a lot of celebrities do that, put their foot in their mouth, they mess up. But then again, there are those who do things, don't say anything, and they get caught later on, like Weinstein. But it's just like, which is, I don't know, it gets weird. I feel like cancel culture should be more focused on attacking those concepts and organizations that they don't like so much instead of the people. Because cancel culture stuff is usually fueled by emotional rage. It's nothing, they're not thinking about it clearly. They're attacking the figurehead that is in front of whatever it is they're actually mad at. Like, if a person, if Chris Pratt came out and said, fuck the gays or some dumb stuff like that, then I understand. It's like, okay, cancel Chris Pratt. Yeah, that's an absolute automatic no-no. But when we're talking about like the place he goes to, man, cancel that church. That's what you need to be doing. Focus on the thing that's focus on the ideas.
Make a big sign, says cancel, put it right across the door.
Or I'm just saying, like, alcohol bottle, a match, and a piece of cloth goes a long way.
Oh, Lord. Okay, now we're getting down to dangerous territory here. If somebody actually does this, it did not happen on this live stream.
No, I didn't say anything.
Approach the Nerd does not reflect all views of Quarter Life Jam and Quarter Life Jam. We deeply apologize, and we are sincerely true in our feeling against the occult, against anything religious or mal-nerd in nature, and any views expressed here therein do not reflect the company as a whole. Thank you, and approach no cares.
Okay, we're going to the next subject. Ready? Here we go. Javicia Leslie. So she is now Ryan Wilder in Batwoman. Well, apparently she is now canon in the DC comic universe. She was introduced in Batgirl issue number 50. And she apparently has a tie with Barbara, because Barbara actually supposedly was her mentor and her coding teacher way before Ryan Wilder becomes Batwoman, which I think is interesting. They talked about that house plant that she's got, this like Ryan Wilder's character loves this plant and she lives out of her van. And in one of the preview pictures I saw, she's holding that damn plant. She's sitting in the back of her van. And I'm like, is this what she is? I'm like,
yes, she is the plant.
Well, what's so funny is Javicia Leslie, the actress, loves plants. She brought 6 of her plants to Vancouver, and she has them all like around her trailer, and she takes them out every day to get some sun. And takes them I'm like, that's why you got cast.
You are the character.
Yep.
You literally are Ryan Wilder, but and then they kind of confirmed that not only was she a drug runner, she must have been on drugs, because one of Barbara's lines in the comic is, "Oh, I see you're still clean." So that tells me that and I don't know if this is going to translate to the TV show or not, but it tells me that not only was she a drug runner, she was a user. So was she struggling with drugs? That's a whole other element to that show.
But do you think they'll actually use that in the show as far as like the character is concerned? Because that's it's kind of like a taboo subject, especially since she is the color that she is. True,
but look at Lynn at Black Lightning. They got her hooked on green, and so that's pretty much green light heroin. She has the same response to it, and Homegirl is still hooked on that shit. She was at the finale was hooked on that stuff. So I mean, they might, and Gotham's supposed to be a lot dirtier, so we might see a lot of things that we're not normally seeing in the other sunshiny Flash and Superman and Lois.
Isn't it amazing how like DC is just now approaching the stories that Marvel did in the 90s? I don't know. I just think that's hilarious.
I've always felt like DC Comics had more of the superhero tropes, and then we had Marvel more of the vigilante tropes. Yep. So
I feel the same way.
I have preached about that for so long. It's like DC is the untouchable like superhero tropes, and Marvel is the vigilante. Like, I'm a regular person, but I do this.
DC characters only just a monolith. They're like, DC to me they're like the statues and stories that the Marvel characters read to inspire them to be heroes, and we then read about the Marvel ones and learn about the DC through Marvel characters. I feel like Spider-Man read Superman comics as a kid. That's what I feel like, you know.
Well, there's an issue where Peter Parker goes to the Daily Planet and he's hitting on Lois, and then Clark comes behind him, puts his hand on him, is like, "Hey, son." I was like, "Yeah, Peter." About
Spider-Man versus Superman. Superman they were fighting, but Spider-Man's Spidey sense was too strong, so Superman couldn't touch him. But Superman was too fast, so Spider-Man couldn't touch Superman. They ended up being a stalemate.
That would be an hilarious freaking fight. It really was.
It was. That was an actual comic. If I'm not mistaken, that does exist. If somebody knows it, like,
yeah, I read that. I know there was when the Daily Bugle had a transfer program or whatever, exchange program, and he went over there as a photographer, and Jimmy went over to the Daily Bugle. So Jimmy Olsen. So they swapped for I think it was a week or something like that. And so that's why Peter Parker was hitting on Lois Lane. And I'm like, how did you not see the signs, dude? Dude was like looking at you like he's about to freeze your balls or something.
Like, nobody wants cold balls.
Peter Parker.
I'm like, I don't know why his spider sense wasn't going off at that, but that's
because his spidey senses go off if there's like a sense of danger or a threat. He didn't find him threatening, so why would his spidey senses go off?
If Superman clenches his fist at you, that's a threat. I don't want to hear that. Okay. His Peter Tingle didn't read the room. That's what happened.
Tingle. I'm gonna pray for you. All right. The Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus, series. So we already got information. They've been dropping stuff about this. I know it's still kind of vague, but I was reading this theory on what may be coming. So one of the writers, Derek Kolstad, says that there's going to be another villain on its way to Disney Plus series, and that a lot of the characters from the earliest Marvel movies are coming back. They're going to layer them in and they're going to reinvent them, which I guess they can, because, when Captain America did what he did, all of the freaking, all of the Earth, multiverse, whatever, just went completely weird. Because now I know in Marvel that time travel it's not the same as every other genre I've ever seen. Even Doctor Who's plot holes was not as convoluted as Endgame shit, but it's just
so many of those. Oh,
but yeah, so this was what really caught my eye. So we already know that Sam is not going to be Captain America. When at the end of Endgame, Steve offers him the shield. So instead, a U.S. agent is going to be the basically fill in for Captain America, and he's going to be played by Wyatt Russell. In the comic books, his name is John Walker, basically. Yeah. So we know that. But what I don't get is some people are saying that Dr. Zola, Arnim Zola, is going to be in this series, and I'm trying to figure out how, because
I'm like, why?
And Captain America Winter Soldier, his mind was in the machine, in the mainframe. So in what capacity would they be bringing Dr. Zola back? I'm just I really am confused on that, because I guess maybe because he also, he was with S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, first he was Hydra, then he was with S.H.I.E.L.D., then he uploaded his brain into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s mainframe. Maybe he backed himself up into another body.
Did he have himself saved somewhere to where it's like, okay, I need to come back now. Just plug me in here. And
I don't know. I am so confused, and I get why they want him, because he, besides doing all the shit with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra, he also is the one who brainwashed Bucky. I understand that is a big, that is Bucky's. If he hates anybody, Bucky hates him.
Yeah.
But the man is literally a thumb drive.
Yeah.
Like building a whole new body, or maybe they'll use time travel again to go back to before he uploaded himself into the mainframe. Bless you.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. Bless you, by the way. If that happens, Maria Park will be making a cameo in the Disney Plus series, and you're just gonna see her going down. I'm gonna have my hand up. I'm gonna start smacking the shit out of people. Random scenes. I'm gonna go back.
Just start picking babies up and shaking them.
What the hell?
Them over your shoulder.
Oh no, they better not do some comic shit like that. Oh my god.
I will say, I feel like because the multiverse theory is a really big deal on almost every comic genre. Even Dragon Ball Z has it now. So I don't know how will they
coffee.
Oh no, you drank it all.
I know.
Oh. Okay. But no,
The stream has stopped, guys.
I think that the Marvel or MCU, whatever you want to call it, I think they're going to play on that same multiverse theory, but with so much more imagination. I think what they're going to try to do is break more rules, which is going to be it's going to be bad plot devising, but like fun writing. It's going to give them a chance to like, all this happens, you're gonna make them all converge. Remember how they did back in like '96 in Marvel Comics, where they just had, or like DC, especially almost every Kingdom Come type thing, where everybody came together and fought at one time, so they can kill off characters when new comic books come out later on, like they still do. Something like that, but just without
characters. We need to get rid of them in a massive crisis, just because we realized we effed up.
we messed up this plot. We gotta do something.
Like, Superman.
Plus, one more word. We're going to use this as an excuse to bring back characters that have already died, but with new faces. So they give them a reason to bring back an Iron Man, or bring back a Captain America, or have Captain America and the U.S. Agent together for whatever reason, or a brand new Bucky without his arm missing. They're gonna find, or to even bring back T'Challa without bringing back,
or bring back Gamora.
Yeah, like it's just a way.
Gamora's coming back. She's got 3-4 years on her contract. She's coming back.
Let's find a way to bring Black Widow back to life through a past version or some nonsense, and then find a way to solidify her like a hard.
Black Widow's actually been shown on here, hasn't she? Didn't you see like the set pictures? You saw Black Widow on the Falcon and Winter Soldier set.
Yeah, we did. But then again, we don't know if they're going to be part of the same, because they could be using the same set for a different movie. I mean, we know the Black Widow movie was made, and that's like something about. That's like going back to the past about her origins or whatever.
See, that's what I'm wondering, if they're doing that. Maybe you're right. Maybe they are going to be bouncing around different Earths or different time periods, because this is supposed to be taking place after Endgame. So yeah, that's the setting for this show is after Endgame, which is why Bucky and him are together. Because Sam and Bucky left together when Steve went off to live his best life. So
they're going to use that like Ant-Man quantum physics like BS to figure out a way to jump through like universes and shit. And
I want to know how though, because Ant-Man's
I don't know the science, Maria.
Tony is dead. Bruce probably trying to do who the hell is doing it?
I don't know much about quantum physics. Probably the Zeno effect or something, or use something with the Planck constant. I don't know. I do know that they're going to make Peter Parker the fucking central focus. I guarantee it. Spider-Man is going to be at the center of all of this. They always do this in the comics.
That's because Peter Parker is amazing, and so is every other version of Spider-Man. So and Spider-Woman for that count.
Or maybe it'll be like a Sam Beckett situation where he's making the leap throughout time.
Okay, you just excited me on a weird level of excitement. Okay, Peter Gunn, whomever I'm speaking to right now, who's going to take control of all this and merge the DC and Marvel worlds together.
You want it to be a quantum leap.
Spawn and everybody. You better make Tom Holland's Peter Parker like Sam Beckett, and he needs to be able to leap from life to life in different Spider-Man forms to put right what once went wrong.
I mean, that's called Spider-Verse.
No, but you're right.
I need to leap to different bodies. He just goes to different Earths.
I need Peter Parker to meet with a nice Doc Ock who's like, the timeline's up and spreading. And he like hits a little switch or whatever. It's like, I need to jump into the accelerator and change everything. We tried it once before. We lost a man, and he's like a picture of Scott Bakula, like as a poster on the wall somewhere as an homage, and then put Peter Parker in an accelerator, and he's like, every time, and he talks to Mary Jane.
Oh my God! Like all Mary of the Jane. Excitement in you.
Yeah, like Mary Jane could be like his owl, or whatever. He's like, well, sounds
all right. You know what, group? This is your new video that you need to do for my channel. You need to do what if Peter Parker was Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap. Booyah!
This has got my interest. Yes, I can do this video.
Live streams are where ideas are born.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would love to see that so much. Or like Sam Beckett meet up with the Doctor. Maybe the seventh Doctor. I like him. He's like my favorite.
All right, I got another one for you, Groove. So now we're talking about the Justice League Snyder Cut. So earlier this week, they started talking about all the people that were coming back. We knew Ben Affleck was coming back already as Batman. Yeah. We knew Ray Fisher was going to be Cyborg. Amber Heard is coming back as Mira, which is shocking for me after all the controversy with Johnny Depp. But you know what? Whatever, Hollywood. But now
it's money. It's all money. It's just money.
Well, we know Henry Cavill is not filming anything new for Superman. I don't think Gal Gadot's filming anything new as Wonder Woman, but I do think they have some extra stuff from her. Yeah. But Jared Leto is coming in to film Joker bits. Yeah. And then they also said that we're going to get Joe Manganiello, and I always say his name wrong, as Deathstroke. If you look at the Justice League original movie, he was the one that Lex Luthor was trying to recruit at the end on the boat. We never really he never got a fair shot of seeing what he could do. So now he gets to come in, and not only are they going to use stuff from the cutting room floor, he's actually filming new scenes. So at this point, this is a movie, not episodes.
Also, I guess a shout out to Jared Leto, who is the only person to play the Joker twice in a DC movie. So it's supposed to be like a record breaking moment, but I don't think anyone is really happy with it.
Yeah.
Jared Leto's Joker is a little too non-jokery. He's a little too Gen Z.
He's a Gen Z, like, want to be 1920s gangster.
Yeah, I don't know, because he would be a good Joker in like a Batman Beyond movie, but I don't think he works in a Batman movie.
They need to freaking do a Batman Beyond movie.
They do.
That crap. I love Batman Beyond. I'm so mad they haven't done this iteration yet because I need this to happen.
We need a Static Shock movie, which Michael B. Jordan says he's going to be making. So,
yep, me and Jam talked about that in Spider-Man 3 last week.
Yeah. There. You're late to the game.
No, I'm not late to nothing. I'm just saying it again.
That'd be fantastic if which is so weird because of the way Batman Beyond is like set up. You think they would have already done that concept?
Yeah, it's perfect too. I mean, really, if they ever did like a Spider-Verse movie, right? And no, that's Marvel. Yeah. They could use the same sets for Batman Beyond, right?
You still want to register like what you actually just said. It's like, yeah, wait, what?
No, think about I'm talking about in Spider-Verse. Like if we go to 2099 and we take that set, we could literally say, hey, can we just swap this over? We want to do a Batman movie real quick. I was talking about Blur Without Fear the other day, and this is what me and Ernie were talking about. Marvel and DC do not have a rivalry. The fans have a rivalry.
Exactly.
Right? People don't give a damn. They're like, we get a paycheck. We get to do what we love. We all get drunk together. We go to cons together. We don't care. So yeah, if they did like a Spider-Man 2099, and then you're like, hey, dude, we cool. Can I do a Batman Beyond? I think I'm gonna pop it over here right quick. Do my movie. Sure. Why not?
Overdue. Like I've been wanting to do this for a while. And he's like, yeah, you can come on. It's like, okay. And the movie starts off as like everybody is like shooing everything off of the Spider-Verse.
Like, hey, John, get the hell out of here. Your shit is over.
It's true. It's true. Man, you can pay for that set. Go ahead, man. Have fun. They even let you. We'll lend you the costume. Here, we'll resell.
Man, that's dedication right there. Because we need to prove that budget.
Some of these cosplayers make these costumes. I'm gonna be real. Like Marvel does way better with the costume designs. DC Comics, their movie costumes are so bad half the time. I think the best ones I've ever seen was during the Dark Knight series. Other than that, their costumes look so like, I don't know, like they were made.
I don't think Wonder Woman's costume was bad.
She's not really wearing anything.
Now, I actually liked Wonder Woman's costume. Okay.
And
I will tell you this: if they had brought Nubia out, your ass would have been like, "Hey, they doing it right over at DC."
They would never give us that. They won't do it. They won't. They will never do it. No.
If Static Shock does very well, and they're trying to get all black writers for Blade, they'll do a Nubia.
Marshall Ali playing Blade. That's different. I know Wesley Snipes pissed as hell. I bet he want to play that role so bad. I want to bring back Spawn. They should do that Spawn Armageddon series. That was really dope. No, that's a little existential as hell, and people might not appreciate it too much nowadays.
So I love how you just talked yourself out of it like automatically. Well, speaking of comics, so Justice League Future State, they have a new Flash who has very silver looking hair. We don't know anything about this person. This person is from the multiverse. There's not been a name drop. Now we know that Jonathan Kent is Superman, and we know that Yara Flor is going to be Wonder Woman. Joel Leon is Green Lantern. Andy Curry is Aquawoman. I don't know. Everyone's like speculating that Luke Fox is Batman because we know that Damian's not going to be Batman.
No.
I think Neil's name's been dropped. They have not said, like, I know that when one of the articles I read said it was Luke Fox, and then when you go back to the article, it was redacted. So I don't know who Batman is. If anybody knows who's going to be Batman in Future State Justice League, please let me know. Yeah. It drops January 12th. I really want to know.
And as far as the I'm getting a lot of feedback. As far as the new Flash is concerned, are they trying to go like the Marvel like Quicksilver route with that one?
I don't know.
But it's interesting because I don't know who this character is. Like I've been racking my brain. I have no idea. At first I thought it was a girl because of the angle. It looked like she had boobs, but then another picture showed like the muscles and it looked like a guy. So I'm pretty sure it is a guy. I have no idea who the heck this character is. I just know that this character has silver hair like Quicksilver.
It'll be like it'll be interesting if it's a completely new-esque kind of character, like how they introduce like Harley Quinn in the actual like Batman series, but never like not in the comics. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing with this new Flash character.
They could.
Well, I was really happy that Joe is the Green Lantern because Black female Lantern. That's pretty cool. And I mean, and then you have Aquawoman, you have Andy Curry. So like they have 3 women on this team, which is we don't normally get that. So I was actually very excited about that. So
girl power.
It's either Wonder Woman, Starfire, or Raven, and that's all you get. Everybody's like, they come in for an issue.
I've never seen a Raven in a movie though.
No, because Raven's character is very dark. It's the same way, like
she was in the last animated Justice League movie.
Yeah, the animated movies they'll do because they have so much carte blanche that WB does. But we're talking about like live action. Raven is legit.
That was the movie where she brought Robin back to life with the power of love, right?
Yeah, that was so dumb. That was so dumb. So Disney-esque. It was just terrible.
With the power of love. Yes, Raven is now Sailor Moon. But now she's in Titans though, and I think they do a really good job with her in Titans.
Yeah, I would love like an actual like Raven movie though. I love the character. I love the character. I've always loved the character, and I think there's so much that they could do with her as far as like a live action movie. But I think she was supposed to get a series a long time back, and then they just took it away from her, and then I think that's why we have the Titans series now. But yeah, she was supposed to have her own standoff TV series, and which I was excited for, and now I'm disappointed. But I would love to see that character actually come back.
I think it's really because they don't discuss hell well. Like whenever you put hell into a series, there needs to be a comedic tone somewhere so it doesn't seem dark the whole way through. Raven's life is not funny. So like it's just not. It's a really hard fucking reality.
It's really hard.
It's not funny. Her life is a bunch of tormenting. Like her dad is Trigon. Like it's serious. So I mean, like to put her in a movie, it'd be so gritty. It's funny if they had the same idea like in '97, like time they came out the Matrix or whatever else.
Oh, it'll work.
Oh, it'll work then. Yeah. They were all about that back at the time. But like now, I don't know, especially during this whole, pandemic thing going on, they might have to wait a little bit. Because even then, I wouldn't mind a Raven movie. I also wouldn't mind a new Spawn movie. And I would love a Constantine movie. I swear to God.
They had one.
They did. We're not talking about that. Like,
we're leaving that alone. That did not happen. So we're gonna separate. It's like the Fantastic Four movie from the 70s or early 80s.
No shade to Keanu Reeves, no shade to him at all. But come on, man, damn that movie. File a buff and turn into an angel at the end. Yeah, spoilers. Who cares? Don't watch it if you need to, vomit.
All right, Maria, what's next on the news?
The next thing we got is Power Rangers, our favorite thing to talk about. Well, I am a Super Sentai fan too, so I like Power Rangers. I like Super Sentai. So
I'm a super hentai fan,
and we're leaving that alone. And so, so Hasbro reported a few months ago that they were potentially cutting their ties with Toei, which is where we get all of our Super Sentai. Well, now they're saying that they've signed on Jonathan Whistle, who did he's done a lot of shows. Actually, he did one that just recently got canceled on Netflix that I was watching, and I cannot remember the freaking name of it now. I'm actually talking about it. What was I'm not okay with it with this. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I really liked it, and season 2 got canceled. They greenlighted it, and then it just came out and canceled it back in August.
Netflix is kind of that platform. Yeah, they if it has like if they have a series, they'll do it for no more than like 1 to 3 seasons. And if it's like a series that you actually like, they'll do that Fox thing where we're going to cancel it.
Yeah, like, but then they have other shows on that you don't give a flip about, and they'll have like 6 or 7 seasons. Like, whatever. Well, they're talking about not only doing a brand new movie, like rebooting the entire franchise from 1993. So Zoo Ranger, which would be MMPR, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, redoing it, but simultaneously doing a connected One Universe TV show. Yeah. Now, that's cool, but I'm so confused now because we just heard that they were trying to get a deal with, I want to say it was Netflix, where they wanted to take all the Boom Studio comics and Shattered Grid and do like an animated series and go completely animated. So I don't know what is going on in the Power Ranger universe anymore.
What about so Power Rangers series universe? Okay, fine. So, but we just got introduced to these new Power Rangers in the movie. So what's going to happen with them?
Okay. No, they're rebooting them again. So we got this new one that came out. What was it? 2017, 2018?
Was it 2017?
I think it was 20.
Yeah, they were supposed to do a second movie called Tommy the Green Ranger, and they axed it. They made $142 million. I believe that was the number, and I think it was $109 million to make. So they consider that a loss. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, didn't they make a trailer for the movie though?
Yeah. I guess the way they ended the movie was a segue into the sequel.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they decided once again they're going to reboot that and they're going to start all over again. And now we're doing animated, I guess, and we're getting a brand new Power Ranger movie. But remember, the same guy, John S. Whistle, I always say his name. I say everybody's name's wrong. I'm sorry, guys. He was supposed to direct a movie for Hasbro. And they were in talks like the beginning or late last 2019. They were talking about him where that like basically the Power Rangers go back to the 1990s and I guess meet the original Power Rangers or some crap like that. I have no idea if they're still doing that, but it's the same guy. But instead of him just doing that one movie, he's doing multiple movies and the TV show. He's going to be the head of the showrunners now of all of it. So yeah, I don't know.
Too much power for one man to have.
I was quickly about to say maybe because Jason David Frank is running with ideas and can't sit still. But, I mean, it could be part of it. I don't know. They probably got a lot of ideas going, but
I feel like they have a lot of ideas but no real structure.
That's what it is.
But then also, how are they going to use it if they cut ties to Toei and Toei owns the license to all of these original series, the suits, all of that stuff? Then how are you going to use the original Power Rangers, the MMPR? Because they don't have the rights to that.
They're probably going to use the Power Rangers Turbo outfits because those aren't Japanese.
No, they are.
Talking about the one from the Turbo Power Ranger? No. I'm talking about the Turbo movie. The way they looked and stuff, the way it was like the metallic extra sheen. That wasn't
how they made them. It's still off of the same. The pattern's the same. So you can't, even though that they made them shinier and they stretched out the logos, it's still the same concept as if you look at Car Ranger, it's the same exact suit. So they can't use that. They can't use that. They can't use their powers. They can't use the weapons because the weapons are the same as in that.
They could just go to Walmart and get some Halloween costumes.
This is the perfect time to plug us, guys.
I thought you had a real
my point is I don't know how they're going to do it.
That is
I
not
mean,
the point.
there is a way. Because we're on copyright.
No. We need to plug our hobby guards now. I forgot to do that. So we're doing a Power Ranger parody in the same scope as our Crisis on Infinite Earth stuff that we're doing, where we do our live reads. And we have one coming out called Power Rangers Hobby Guards, and it's on crack. So that should be coming out soon. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that, because there's something wrong with us. So
I
that's what happens when you're nerd too long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you guys will enjoy it. There's a lot of great. We saw concept art from Maria's spouse, River, and it's very interesting looking.
It's crazy.
It's very, very Korean art style, very like watercolorish, and
well, I mean, River's Korean American.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's very like everything's kind of like moving. But
yeah, I really think you guys will enjoy it, because there's absolutely something wrong with us. And this is probably the first ever Power Ranger team that are completely rednecks. Our country is hell.
Yeah. Okay. Redneck. I don't know. It's funny. It's doofy.
Guys, just when we put it out, watch it. That's all we ask you.
Oh, yeah, dude, just watch it. All right. But yeah, so back to the Power Rangers though. I guess my problem is I don't know how they're gonna pull this off if they don't have licensing. Because I mean, no matter what we say, Toei in Japan's like, we did that, we created that, that's ours, the concepts are. So
they're really strong with their hold on their properties.
Oh yeah, try posting a video on your YouTube channel. You'll get a copy. You don't even get a claim. You will get a strike. I don't do Sentai clips at all, because I know they will do it.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. They can always opt to buy out some of the designs. I mean, that's an opportunity they could try, but they're not going to go through. But I mean, we're talking about like through copyright claims, and
we're talking about Toei being completely petty.
Yeah. Toei is Disney petty.
They
really are. They are.
I mean, they might as well be. They've been doing it for what, 50 years at this point. Yeah. So I mean, they had a lot to practice. And look, Toei is so hardcore. The people that design for them, when they leave, they can't take their stuff with them. They like, this is ours. So do they think they're going to give it to an American company? Hell no.
I'm sure there are always loopholes to this kind of shit. I mean, you got to think about what not Harmony Gold did with like Dragon Ball. That doesn't count. But like when Sensei came out and they were releasing it in Mexico, but not in the States, and they had it all uncensored and everything else. But Mexico claimed a lot of like ownership to it, and so made money that they weren't giving back to Japan, for example. There are always loopholes to this game. So I mean, like there are when they can do, like they might give them like they might make them wear sneakers or some shit. It's like, oh, it's a brand new outfit.
Or it could, or they could just be like, hey, this is a parody, because you know when you announce something as a parody and you have like a disclaimer, it's like, hey, it's free game now, suckers. I swear to
God, because copyright is only in place to prevent someone from making money off of, or prevent you from making money from your target audience. That's all copywriting is for. If you say it's a parody, that means it's reaching a different audience that's not your original audience. You cannot sue for copyright. That's really how it works. So like, if you call it a parody, or like say the outfits are made by Nike, who cares? Like, all bets are off. You can't say anything. They'll be like, well, that's our design. Yeah, we see the similarities, but it's not Super Sentai. This is now Mighty Morphin Power Rangers presented by Heat-Tap. Whatever it is they're doing, it's wrong. It's mean, I should say. It's mean, and it does seem like theft, because it kind of is, but it's legal. So there are loopholes, everything. They'll find it quick, and they'll exploit the hell out of it.
Their lawyers will find a way.
Oh, they probably already have. Like, it's kind of like with that whole that Omegaverse nonsense. And I don't want to get too much into that, because that stuff is disgusting. But like they do the same thing where they take or what is basically a fan fiction and sell it as real print and make money off it, and they make claim to it, even though it is fanfic off of copyrighted ideas already. But it's like you can't, say it was against this when obviously this is being a parody of something else or an homage to something else.
I think that's how 50 Shades of Grey came into being.
Exactly, because it's just fan fiction off of, what is it?
Twilight.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you can do that and get away with it. And you're like, we're stealing my work. That's not your work, though. they borrowed from your idea, but they didn't do your idea.
And Toei's like, you know what, though?
If they don't want it, they'll fight it.
They'll fight it.
And then they'll hire Disney's lawyers, whoever Disney's lawyers are. It's going to be some epic.
They probably got a whole building in their damn office. Like, look, the 4th to the 9th floor are our attorneys.
There's gonna be some ace right in this motherfucker. Objection! Like, oh,
on CNN, Hasbro got his butt tanned over Toei.
ooh, and did they?
And then the last thing I want to talk about before we look at questions is James Gunn reveals the Suicide Squad group. Basically, he gets new picks, but he talks about potential character deaths because he says that there are no characters that are safe. There's no protective armor by DC. And that was one of the things that he said that he had to have them agree upon before he took on Suicide Squad. So that means he can kill anybody in the Suicide Squad movie. Nobody is safe, not even Harley.
Nope.
I mean, they got Punchline now, so do you need Harley? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, I need her to redeem that damn last movie.
I did not see Birds of Prey, and I didn't see it because everybody told me not to.
It's not bad. It's just not Birds of Prey. That's the problem.
No.
It's not Birds of Prey. It is a Harley Quinn movie. So
I heard the pacing was like everywhere.
I've heard, seen, and read about that. The pacing just did not make sense. It was like
I did a review on it, so you guys.
I know. I saw you.
Yeah,
I watched that. Yeah, you touched a lot of the same points. Like,
and that's why we didn't go watch it.
Sorry about that.
I mean, I'll catch it if it like comes out for free. Or like I can watch it on Netflix and I'm like really bored and it has some alcohol in it. Just I mean, like just won't watch because I'm just like I couldn't get through all of Batman vs Superman.
Still haven't gotten through it. We tried like 4 times.
Batman versus Superman is a problematic movie in the first place, but that's fine. That starts a lot of infighting among the Batman versus Superman fans.
Yeah.
Like, no way in hell. I will say this though, I'm not the biggest Batman fan, but I do think he is a strategic genius. So strategy-wise, I think he does have that on Superman. But I guess I always have a problem when they put an overpowered person against a human, especially if there's this thing called range. It's like a sniper in the military. If you have a sniper on top of a building and you have people below, then do you think the person below will have a chance to get to the sniper before the sniper shoots him in the head? 9 times out of 10 or 10 out of 10, no. So if you have somebody who can just go and fly up in the air and then headshot you, I don't understand what you think you're going to do against that if you have no powers. I'm just saying, I'm just being real. Kryptonite has a range limitation. He's not near it. So therefore you're SOL. So that whole movie in concept doesn't make sense, just like Lois having blonde hair. But you know what? That's fine.
my only qualm with Batman is that they play down certain characters for Batman.
Yeah.
Like,
John Stewart. Oh man, that was bullshit.
John Stewart. They play down the intelligence of the Flash. Hell, they play down the Question. Like
they made him nothing but crazy.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific is freaking brilliant in the comics, and they played him down.
Brilliant.
Like it's amazing though how many DC characters that are basically Batman on drugs. And they make them so much less so Batman can shine.
If it's not like Batman or Superman, all the other characters are lesser, and so they play them down. And that's it, because everybody only really cares about, or they think everybody only cares about Batman and Superman, but it's because of how you presented them to people.
Yeah,
that's why nobody else can get the shine.
Yeah, I think the Batman versus Superman argument is just about as ridiculous after time as the Goku versus Superman argument. Like it's just unnecessary, and I think it's really because we don't know how to argue powers beyond our comprehension or limitation. And I mean, like okay, when you argue Batman versus Superman, it's always the planning and the intelligence of Batman versus the all-out, Titan-like ability of Superman that just irresponsibly. Like, because Superman, okay, it's like the DC story. Every story is made to have an end, but they keep giving Superman this infinite ability to keep coming back when he shouldn't, and like then
that's every
comic book character. Well, okay, well let me ask you this, group. Let me just explain how I think about Superman. So Superman is meant to be DC's titular character because he was one of the first ones they ever created, and he was created during the war. So I know why he was there. It's just like how Captain America was as big as he was for Marvel, but Superman is supposed to be this omnipotent power guy who has like the desire to be human. That is his weakness. It's not just kryptonite. He actually wants to be human. He doesn't want to be the outsider. He wants people to say, "Hey, you one of us." And nobody ever fucking people. But see, my problem is with Batman is people always talk shit about mental health in comic books. Well, they can't do all that. Like Jessica Cruz, for instance, she has PTSD, but she still is a Lantern, and she has to be a Lantern, even though she's having anxiety and agoraphobia. People are now coming around and saying, okay, that's cool that she's dealing with all this shit. But before, people are like, oh, mental health, you can't be this, this, and this. Batman has never had fucking therapy. He's been running around in a bat suit because his parents got killed. He treats Alfred like shit a lot of the time.
Yeah, he does.
And people are like, but he's Batman. No, you can't have separate rules.
But like, it depends what Batman we're talking about. Like the Ben Affleck Batman is terrible. I mean, like, man, it depends, because like you're talking about like I'm the Batman, or what's called the damn Batman, for example. He's a complete asshole. But we're talking about like the Batman from the old like Saturday morning cartoon series. He's really heroic. Like
Kevin Conroy is like the man, though.
Yeah,
no,
like,
wrong. That's fine. We have no problem with Kevin Conroy. We're talking about the concept of the character, how he is written in the comic.
Wasn't that only like a problem once they started doing Batman more dark?
Yeah. Once Tim Burton got involved and we realized that yes, Gotham does have a nighttime, then it started becoming very problematic. But it's just like with Spider-Man. Even though Spider-Man has powers, they love the fact that he can't pay his rent. He's relatable. So they love the fact that that's what it is. People like, I could be Batman if I had millions of dollars. That could be
years of training.
Yeah. But now check this out though, Groom. And me and you had the same Taekwondo school, and you've done lots more martial arts than me. You know how dedicated you have to be for one martial arts. So you're not going to tell me that there's a man in his 30s to 40s that is a master level in 7 to 8 different martial arts styles, training in these Asian respective countries, when the masters themselves dedicate their whole damn life to it. I call BS.
Well, Maria, I can answer that question for you. Comic books.
Funny? I'm going to be realistic with you on this one. That is possible. I'm not gonna lie. If you're a multi-billionaire too, yes, it is. Maria,
master level, to the point where I know somebody right now who actually American citizen who is at a Shaolin temple, and they told him, you ain't on our level. You're gonna be your whole life to get to our level, because it took us our whole life to get to this level. But they have him doing like Cha-Cha-Con and stuff like that, which is like such an obscure martial arts, and you have maybe 2 or 3 masters, and he's a master already in his 30s. I'm sorry, I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit.
I'm gonna explain to you how that's possible, because people misconstrue what a master is and what that signifies. A master is anybody who's able to teach anybody who can teach the techniques and the principles of the techniques to anyone else. Masterfulness is really on a gauge of who sees you as a master, because you can master. Black belt level is actually mastery. It's not that complicated. It's different levels to master of everything that you go through. That's why you have different.
Well, no, they're talking about like a summoning like stuff, like that master level. I'm not talking about you are master in this. This is what your progress level is. I'm talking about in terms of I don't need to learn this shit anymore. I could be teaching people. You come to me and I show you the way, grasshopper. That's what I'm talking about.
I break down to you like this. We know Batman's a photographic memory, so that would help him. But martial arts in itself, when you break it down, is really only like what? Maybe 25 to 30 actual movements. After that, you're changing the rhythm to pace the movement you're using. It's not that complicated. So I will go and tell all these people in their 80s and 90s that have studied their entire lives to get to the level they at now that you guys just fucked up, because Batman did it in 2 years. He's also a character. Because he started fighting when he was 30 years old, I think, or some shit. I don't know. I don't even know the martial arts techniques Batman's supposed to have mastered. Some of them are made up for the comic books anyway. But as far as what makes a martial arts master? Martial arts in itself is not an extremely complicated subject, unless we get into the esotericness. Like we're talking about ki and science of breath and image training and all that nonsense. But like as a fighting concept, it's not that difficult.
It's not. But I just have issues with the number. Like that is a lot for your 30s to be a master level. Like how many? There's 24 hours in a day. How? How in a couple of years did you accomplish all that in 7 to 8 martial arts styles?
Super smart, I guess, if you got that memory.
Hey, anybody who's mastered like 45 different levels of martial arts, link them in the comment below. Please. and tell us how old you are. If you're like 12, we
really need to know this.
Yeah,
I actually, because right now I am a master in calling that bullshit, and that took like an hour. So I mean,
think about it. He has like 4 or 5 different masteries. The question is mastered every martial arts on the planet. Like so is Miss Terrific has done the same thing.
My question is, what does this have to do with the new Suicide Squad guys?
Oh,
we already talked about the fact that everybody's expendable.
Yeah, we moved on from that.
I literally thought there was going to be more to that conversation.
No.
It's like
a lot of
people can die.
Like Harley can't die, and then James Gunn is like, "Nah, bitches, everybody can die." And like, because DC told me I could kill anybody I want.
Harley's
outfit
revealing now.
Yeah.
I've seen that they have all of they brought out pictures of everybody. Sorry, I stopped you guys because I had no way of fucking saying anything in that conversation. So we're moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Jam has spoken. That's right. We actually need to look at these questions anyway. I've been scrolling up to try and see, and there's a lot. So let me go to the top. And I think I know what's going on with DC Universe and Chris Pratt. Don't know about Power Rangers and Batman. Oh, sometimes I feel like, you're giving me updates of what's going on in your head. Like, Nicholas, same over here in some aspects, but what's going on with Batwoman and Power Rangers?
Wait, what?
What?
No, expand on that. What's going on?
I'm really sorry if you guys hear these sirens. I don't know. Everybody's busy at 9:01 today. But now, like, why is Batwoman supposed to be a Power Ranger? I'm confused.
Is Batwoman a Power Ranger now?
I don't know. That's maybe
you need to expand on that, Nicholas, because I don't know what that is.
That's a Power Ranger outfit right there. Batman suits in different colors. Now say something. Say something. Toei. We beat you. We beat you. We beat you.
Oh
there
my
you go.
gosh. But could you just see that her doing a henshin on CW? Batwoman power.
like the Japanese Spider-Man, just do it.
Oh,
and like them in the background and stuff. Oh yeah, it'd be amazing. I would watch that.
If you get Gundams involved, you have to talk to Bandai.
Yeah. Bandai doesn't own robots.
You know what though? Spider-Man had a mecha, in his Japanese version, so Batwoman can have one too.
Right there. There's a whole thing. They have like a little wrist bracer, and they have like a motorcycle and everything. He has webbing.
And the web came out like slow-mo style. Like it just came out like, whoosh, and then somehow it was like this huge thing around everybody. But Toei.
If Japan can do that with Spider-Man, America can do what the hell they want with Power Rangers.
Whatever the hell they want. Yep. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about DC's the updates. I feel like they're trailing behind Marvel in comics. Yeah. But the thing that I've always thought is that DC does better on TV. They do better TV shows. Except for I did like the Marvel Netflix series, but they kind of just shot themselves in the ass by, canceling them as quickly as they did and then making it impossible to carry those characters. I think it's 2 years they can't be seen again in any other property, so we can't get Luke Cage or any of them now. So I guess by now though we should be able to get Luke Cage in the 2 years up in 2021.
Yeah, actually.
So maybe they will be in the MCU.
I think DC does better with like their animated stuff.
Yeah,
like they're so good with their animated series.
Their animated features are fucking awesome. They're always good. Always. Their live actions are just like sticky and they don't pace well, but like, oh man, and they're too long of their live action features. Except for Shazam. Shazam was paced all right, I guess. I
don't know. I loved Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought they did really well with Wonder Woman, and I loved how they incorporated, the origin story. Because sometimes the origin stories are a little bit too, in depth. And especially if you know the story, like how many times have we seen Spider-Man scream Uncle Ben, and how many times have we seen Batman's parents die in that damn alley? I'm just saying.
So true.
But yeah, I will say I like Wonder Woman, like you said, until the end, until they got to the end, and that part on the damn boat, that was the most awkward. Like that was the most awkward part of the movie.
It was awkward, but I kind of found it funny.
I did. I was like, guys, okay, sex joke, move the fuck on. That's just me.
But that final fight, I actually fell asleep.
It's okay because I was actually having inappropriate feelings for Gal Gadot, so I didn't even care about the boat scene.
Who didn't though? Who didn't have those? Like, look at her. Like,
well, I mean, you know me, my standard. If you're talking about a woman that I'm attracted to, I love Xena and I love Wonder Woman. So what does that tell you?
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
They are very attractive women.
All right, let's see here. I don't know much from what's going on with DC aside from they're going 5Gs and new legacy characters are going to be introduced and fleshed out. Okay.
Oh, 5G, that's how you get COVID. Stay away from that.
Sports Nerd does not approve or coincide or agree with any of the comments made therein. Once again, Post Nerd too.
I do not need all these disclaimers.
I'm very scared right now. Guys, this is how we actually talk to each other. So we are completely real people. This is literally how, if we were on the phone or we were in Hangout, this is exactly how we talk to each other.
Yeah.
So you get what we give each other.
Nicholas Kelly, we can try to hash out the Avatar: Last Airbender universe. It's going to be difficult because they retconned it. So, like, that's the problem. Like, we had I'm not gonna get too much into it till we get to the whole podcast thing, but Avatar: Last Airbender was about Taoism and duality and Zen. This is about like good and evil Christianity when we're talking about Korra: Last Airbender. I mean, The Legend of Korra, sorry. So like, stop it. So like, to have them together, you're gonna have to break some things to do it. If not, it's not gonna work. Even the Lion Turtle thing has changed between what it was and what it is now.
Also, I will tell you that when we do our thing, we're taking the Korosami thing out because and that's something that I don't like getting triggered, but it does trigger me a little bit. And it's because the creators have always said, and you can go back all the way to 2014, 2013, they pushed Nickelodeon to let them, when they introduced Asami, she was coming in as bisexual. She was supposed to always be a love interest for Korra.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Nickelodeon was like, oh no, we can't do that on a children's show. It wasn't until they moved online and they gave them the green light in the last effing episode. They said, okay, so it wasn't that, oh, well, they just threw them together. No, that was always the plan. They were just shot down.
The writing was bad because they were forced to write badly. But at the same time, The Legend of Korra, the first season, it was supposed to be that first season as a quick runoff. It wasn't supposed to be an entire 3 or 4 season show. It really wasn't. Nickelodeon milked the hell out of it. So, like, you know,
that was yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even like some of the scripts that they would come up with, I know that Nickelodeon was like, nope. So I mean, it's hard because I will say this: the one thing I always thought was unfair is that the Legend, The Last Airbender never went through the edits and the bullshit that Korra had to go through when they did that. So that's why I'm a lot more lenient, because I know as somebody who writes content and makes content a lot, and either goes over well or people like come for me. I understand, and I am my own oversight. So that is, I couldn't imagine if I wanted to do a video and someone's like, nope. You can talk about that. Nope, take that out. What, you queer? Hell no, take that shit out. What, you claiming your blackness and you look like that? Hell no.
Speaking of your channel, Nicholas Kelly did say, "Ad approaches the nerd. I'm proud of you, Maria, Jam, and Groove." So,
we work hard, guys. We work hard. We are a team on this channel because I cannot do this shit by myself. It is hard.
You really can't. You see me trying to protect you right now with all these things we've been saying. I'm trying to keep us from getting those claims and being canceled. See what I'm doing?
Are you protecting her from who? Me?
No, not you.
Okay, good.
But no, I mean, it's true. I mean, if they were not helping me, I would not have gotten this far. Because I mean, there's only so much of me babbling you guys can take on a regular basis. So just saying, I don't have that much brain power. Let's see. What? Go Power Rangers. I was about to sing that song. We were about to get a copyright claim.
Yeah. Calm down.
Heck, I might have just got one for saying it out loud.
No, you got 15 seconds. After that, don't say nothing else.
No, for them, it's more like 5 seconds.
I know, right? Go, pal. I'm done.
Nope.
That's it. That's all you get.
Okay, so we already read Nicholas ones. He's still waiting on that. So I love when I try and move to the next one, it automatically scrolls to the bottom. Like, why are you doing this?
Oh, I have no idea.
Having problems with the stream due to a bad connection, so I missed the announcement. I'm sorry, Ito. Congrats, though. Thank you, Ito. We love you guys. You guys have been the original ATNers. So no matter how big this channel gets, I will always remember my key people because you guys were here when I didn't have many. So there we go. And you guys are like, man, Ito and Nicholas are like literally in the stream before I'm in the damn stream. I'm like, what?
No. Last week when you were like, oh, we already got people in, I'm like, really? And then I looked at the names. I was like, yep, I recognize that person. I recognize that person.
I mean, I already know, unless something happens, I read him. Nicholas and Ito will fight for first place on who will come in here first. That's just what it is. I don't know what that's about, but I am not hating on it. So please continue that. Let's see here. I like Korra in aspects, not a fully fleshed out series. Yeah, I think I really wish they would go back and do it correctly. I would love for them to be able to do it the way they envisioned it. I also, if you look at some of the sketches, like the way they looked was a lot different in the arts. Like if you go to Ruins of the Empire, one of the library editions that they put out of the comic series Dark Horse did, the original concept artwork looks so different from what we got in the TV series. So yeah,
it's a lot different. But it doesn't excuse the fact that it wasn't a good series. I'm sorry, I don't care. Like I can't.
You're not going to get over on him.
No, you're not, because if you give me F work, I'm not giving you an A for effort. That's not how that works. You got.
So how about this? How about I like Korra, I like Asami, I like the characters. So.
Oh no, you're in love with Korra. Don't say like you're in love.
I do. I mean. But I can't be because she's now in her 20s and I'm in my 40s. So that's kind of, I'm milfing right there and I don't want to do that. But my 20-year-old self, man, they wouldn't have been.
Hopefully your spouse would get it.
It would not have been. It would have been Korra Maria. Just saying. Look, I already got you behind me. You see, I got my Funko Korra right by. I don't have Asami. I'm just saying.
I don't really. That's I think I like some of the villains, like some of the heroes in that series. I don't know. I don't even know.
Well, we're gonna talk about that. I mean, Korra, it's hard to talk because Korra is a whole video. I mean, seriously, like Aang never had to deal with blood chi blockers and bloodbenders and any of that stuff. So like all that
was the chi blocker.
He did have to do with chi blockers because there was that Ty Lee could do that. But
he did that Ty Lee, but I don't think bloodbending was ever a thing that I remember. In the OG
series, and that's me I'm worried about. But Aang saved the world. He single-handedly stopped the war at 12 years old.
What blood?
He said, but Aang saved the world.
No, I didn't say it wasn't. I said it wasn't in the series. I'm saying Aang saved the world at 13 years old. Korra's struggling to figure out who she is at 16.
But you know what? I'm 40, almost 44 years old. I'm still struggling to find myself. So I need you to bring it down, sir. Anyway,
Aang won his fights.
Who are you? Who is she? Where am I?
At least Aang won his fights. Korra just wins like tournament matches. They don't even really fight each other.
All right, okay, you guys are going to do this in a video. Okay,
we are, I guess now.
And we're going to get back.
Groove is more passionate. I'm joking, right? He is serious. He's like, and I'm like, okay, I've already.
I hated the boys. It's way too Walking Dead to me. What?
I never seen it. He said
Nicholas Kelly has never seen The Boys either, but heard from his cousins that it's good. Yito said, I hated The Boys, and it's way too Walking Dead to me.
I actually don't know what I'm trying to get that reference here. In what way? Because I don't. The Boys is basically a dark twist on the Justice League. That's basically what it is. It's if you take the Justice League and you F them the F up with them, like the Superman character is a sociopath. The Aquaman character likes to convince people to give him blowjobs and stuff like that. I mean, it's stuff like that. They're just really messed up characters.
This sounds kind of like a Watchmen.
Watchmen, yeah. I was going to say
it's like the new Watchmen HBO, but just take them and then make them even more messed up.
Jesus Christ.
So the Boys is
the Watchmen.
I know.
So let me say, like the opening of this show, a guy is with his girlfriend, and you have a guy who basically is a version of the Flash who runs so fast he goes right through her.
Oh, I saw that. I saw it.
Yeah. And that moment basically starts a domino effect for a lot of crap that's going to happen, starting with this guy and then also with the sociopath Superman that's controlling the team.
But he just couldn't stop running. That was his problem, right? He was just too fast. He couldn't stop.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, but the thing is the accountability. Like they're just like, oh well, we'll just give you $5,000, $10,000, and you just get over it. It's so messed up. The show is messed up.
I don't know.
And being a superhero is actually marketable. So it's basically corporations handle them as a marketing thing. So it'd be like taking the Justice League or the Avengers and then sending them to solve crime to make money and doing it as a live stream or a reality show.
I could suppose so.
It's so messed up. It is very messed up. So
like the Impossibles or like My Hero Academia or something like that.
We'll watch The Boys eventually.
Yeah.
At least check out the first episode so you can see how Carl Urban is, and then you can make your determination of what you think about him as Wolverine. Because if we're going by his performance in that, I definitely can see him as Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see here. Moving down. Walking Dead had some excessively negative people, like almost unrealistically horrible people. Walking Dead also started pushing character deaths as shock value. That's my main comparison to The Boy. Okay. All right. Yeah, I can see that because there's a lot of shock value in that show.
I'm moving down.
Yeah, it scrolled down. I just read it because it was pertinent to what I was talking about.
Walking Dead. I don't see it nowhere. It's okay.
It's the very last one, or one of the last ones at the bottom. So let me scroll down. Okay, at Quarter Life Jam, yep, he's kind of grunge angst. That is Wolverine MO. So yeah, that's his character in Boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's I know he's a very sad person, and I understand because
he's sad. He's just sad.
But I think he's more than just like I'm angsty and grungy all the time. Actually, you know what? Never mind.
It's just like maybe I'm wrong. Well, no, Wolverine is sad a lot in the comics because a lot of things happened to him.
That's why I shut up. Like even Logan was such a sad movie.
But it was the ending. Endings aren't usually happy.
You don't know.
Especially Wolverine movie.
Because Disney's unrealistic. So it's fantasy, it's fun.
No, I will say that fight that he had with the Hulk and that he had with Punisher, that was probably some of the best artwork I've ever seen, and it was great to tell. And I'd never seen Wolverine be split in half and then literally crawl he's still crawling to fight. Half his torso is still going to fight. He crawl and shoot motherfucker.
I mean, that's some dedication and anger for you.
He was not about to lose. I know that.
Yeah. As long as they do Jessica Cruz dresses. So you must be talking about Green Lantern. Yeah, Jessica Cruz is somebody crucial they need to get right because she is one of my role models as somebody who has anxiety disorder. I love the fact that this woman, her partner talks to her and he's like, can't you just sleep it off one day? And she's like in the middle of having an anxiety attack and she's like, sleep it off. She's like, what the hell? She's like, do you think I would be crawled up in a ball on my bed if I could just sleep this off? I love how
it works, right? Just go to bed, take a nap.
I love how realistic they made that conversation because that stuff you hear. You're like, even in your real life, it's like, what's wrong with you? Having anxiety? Cheer up. Like, stop. Just stop. And it's like
that simple.
Yeah, but I love that she's like, look, this is who I am. I'm a Lantern, but I'm still Jessica Cruz, and I have this, and I mean, I have to own it. And I'm going to have good days, I'm going to have bad days, and you're just going to have to get over it. So I love that. So yeah, she'd be a really hard character to screw up, but at the same time, I could see them doing it. So that kind of worries me.
Well, that's how do you write mental illness into anything without it overtaking the entire theme of the show? So I mean,
I agree with that.
Flash and CW tried it with grief and PTSD, but even then they kind of wrap it up in 3 episodes. Somebody going you know what? As long as I have my friends and family, which in all honesty is a good way to cope with that. Don't get me wrong, but it's because it depends what kind of show we want to write. We don't really have too many superhero shows anymore. They're just like, hey, we're going to save the day, G.I. Joe. We don't have it anymore. So like, you know,
I thought you were gonna do Mighty Mouse.
Missed opportunity. Even Danger Mouse was like that. You know, everything was about let's go run and like through the flowers and beat up people. And then we go home and have pizza or some nonsense, like Early the Turtle type stuff. And it's just, we don't do that now. Now everything's about hitting people on a psychological level. And the problem is that that's really hard to write without becoming too campy. So
or too emo, because you can get somebody to the point where they're not dealing, they're actually just suicidal and they don't make it. So, and Jessica Cruz, her anxieties came from PTSD. She went camping with her friends, and I did a spotlight video on this, guys. And she watched these two mobsters were burying this body, and they just happened upon them. And so they started opening fire, and they killed all of her friends except her. She was the only survivor. So she stayed in her apartment and wouldn't leave for almost a year. And then she got the Green Lantern ring. And so she had to get out of the apartment. And so it's her choosing. I like how she says, I choose to be a Lantern every moment of every day, because my body and my mind tells me not to do anything, to stay my butt in my house, you know, where it's safe. And that's why I have so much respect for her, because I understand, you know, you got those days. Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. Jessica Cruz needs to be done right. I want a Dread sequel, this time ripping off Ray 2.
No.
That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like,
never.
No. I mean, I think that would be cool, but no, man, it's not going to happen.
It'd be interesting. A lot of dying. But yeah, no.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. I'll jump down again. Hang on. Moving up. Let's see here. Okay, sorry. Man, that was a lot of comments today.
All your comments, they feed us.
At Quarter Life Jam, oh dear God, Jam, I'm hoping that we get someone like Jon Stewart, or maybe even a reference to the Guardians of OA and their beef with the Martians.
What I'm saying, right? That would be like my dream come true, and I would like for them to do it. Like I think it would be too much on like the big screen, but if we could get like a series, that'd be so cool. And I think he deserves it. Okay, that's it.
He does though.
I'm done.
He keeps him like an afterthought, and he's like,
yeah, they keep treating him like afterthought. Like
I don't know why you keep doing that.
Yeah, because even in the most recent most recent movie on the DC universe, or whatever it was, DC universe. Yeah, he died, and he died in such a whatever way. He was like just thrown away. I think he was incinerated.
Yeah,
a lot of them were. Yeah,
Apocalypse. He was like, oh, he got the jazz tune from Transformers. So I want two of you, and then Optimus is like, oh, Jazz, you was cool then.
You saw him crawling, and he was saying his oath, and then all of a sudden, just I'm like, don't treat him like that.
Sweetie, he lasted longer than my girl, Lady Shiva, because she was just dead. I'm like, I call ultimate BS on that.
She was killed as soon as she didn't even touch ground. It was like, well,
she didn't even say her damn name. She was like, bam, gone.
Well, that happened.
That movie has now been canceled. I mean, when I first saw it, I didn't hate it, but then I went back and watched it again, and I'm like, wait a minute, that was Lady Shiva, and then it automatically got disqualified.
When we first watched it, and all the way to the end, we're like, what is this? Why? I had problems all throughout that movie, but you know,
But as for the OA, I think that would be awesome. So OA is, if you're not familiar, is the Green Lantern universe core planet. I think that would be really good. Actually, I could see that in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but it's Marvel. That would be the crossover.
Yeah, exactly.
I would love to see a crossover with Jon Stewart just flying by, and Star-Lord is like, "What's that?" I'm like, it's the OA. You don't want nothing here. Like, You don't know
You don't want that, man. You
All
don't.
that time travel is messing with the time streams. The universe is starting to collide again. It's happening. Marvel versus DC. We've seen this before. Fucking the Jackal and Super Soldier and all the rest of them. Yeah, I remember those crossovers. And they had them all the same character and all that nonsense. Dark Claw, like Batman, Wolverine is one character. Like, imagine like how much the '90s really influenced everybody's thinking process.
That's true.
What a weird character to put together. This is nothing but angst and healing.
and that's why we're all like sad now.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm sad all the time, so it makes sense. Chris's tweets were in bad taste for sure, but I think the outrage is a little much. I'm more upset over Ice Cube's nonsensical actions. Chris,
man? Like, I get what he's doing, but I don't agree. I really don't. Like, he's
with Ice Cube.
Yeah,
Ice Cube. Let me tell you something about Ice Cube. Ice Cube is that person who's completely disconnected from what's going on in the real world. And it's because he has money and nothing affects him. And not on the fact that it affects us in general. Yeah. So we're just gonna leave Ice Cube alone.
Yeah, like just Ice Cube you can ignore. Who you can't ignore is 50 Cent, who's trying to convince people to vote.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I went and voted and I saw that on the ballot. I was like, wow, it's really on here. I was like,
didn't you just you saw it was like, oh, I thought this was a joke.
Like
I did too. I did not take it seriously at all. I thought that was hilarious.
It's like I wonder how many people voted for him as a goof. I'm sure somebody did.
I really hope not, though.
Man, I almost shed a tear just now.
Seriously, somebody did it like, ooh, Yeezy. This would be funny.
Well, and see, I didn't even realize they were talking about Ice Cube with him acting, or I guess he's working for the Trump administration, which is very weird. But I read a story about him a few days ago too, where he was talking about he wanted the Schumacher cut for the Batman Forever release, and I was like, "That's
why do you want that?"
I was like, "That's so weird."
You really want shit on your shoe? Why do you want that so bad? Like,
okay. Just play it in reverse. Let's see. Chris being cavalier on interviews may lead more credence to the fact that he's indifferent towards politics.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
This doesn't want to be involved. There's a lot of even content creators out there. Like, I wouldn't name you, but I mean, I call people out like that. But there's a lot of people that they'll speak about it, but they don't really care. The only concern is, am I going to be able to survive do what's going on? But like the entire political race and stuff, some people don't care about the world. They just care about their circle. And that's selfish, but it's fine. You can do what you want to do. So, I mean,
a lot of people are more like self-preserving. And if it doesn't really affect me, then I don't really understand why I need to think about it. So it's sad, but that is what happens. Also says a more political minded person would put more time into the weight of their words. And I agree. I think not even politics. I don't think Chris Pratt puts weight into anything he says at any time. I think he just stuff comes out and he's like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Way later.
Yep. Chris Pratt has that.
Actually, Chris Pratt has a very newsy mind as far as shit's concerned. It's just like, oh, do it now and then just apologize later for it.
Yep.
that's exactly what.
But I know when he gets into like deep doo-doo, he'll start quoting the Bible, and then like you're just in there like, why is he doing that? Just say you're sorry.
That's what he does. He runs through life like a 12-year-old. It's like, I'll just go mess up, and then when I come back, I'll say I'm sorry, and if they don't forgive me, well, I'll just do my own thing.
Well, Jesus said,
yeah,
and that's why I can say it too. No, Chris Pratt is just an idiot who doesn't care unless it affects him directly. And then Nicholas says, honestly, I don't know how to feel about Chris Pratt, and most of the time, I just think that he's a huge idiot.
Yeah, he just I don't even say he's dumb. He's just silly as shit. Like really silly people don't.
Or he might not just be dumb. He could just be completely ignorant and choose to be ignorant.
That's dumb. Well, it's actually stupid.
Well, it's stupid. So it's completely different.
Yeah. So he's either stupid or he's just goofy as hell and enjoys his goofiness. So I don't really know what it is with him.
All right. He's an idiot. Yeah. Moving on.
Nicholas Kelly said that we took the words right out of his mind and preached.
Wait, was that about?
That was way early. We were talking about it.
Was that about the bottle and the
No,
lighter?
no.
Yeah, I think that was probably when we were saying that he has a right to, do whatever he wants in regards to his politics, because it's true.
Okay.
You really can. We don't have to agree with you, but technically it is your right to decide who you want to vote for, to decide what you want to believe in. But my only thing is, I ain't affecting you, so stop affecting me. That's what I'm saying.
Like I said, I'm not against Chris, but that church he's in,
that is a problem for me.
that's the problem. Yeah.
Yes, says Batwoman, all caps. Yes, there is. We've established this. There is definitely a new Batwoman, and now she is canon in the comic.
Yes, she is.
I'm proud of Javicia Leslie. I am too, because the girl is taking some stuff. I already know. I saw on her Instagram people are already giving her racial slurs already.
Oh, we're gonna do that
because you got fucking problems. But that's okay. When Ruby Rose was Batwoman, they kept talking about her being gay all the damn time, and then she wasn't gay enough.
Yeah,
and she's like, I'm a lesbian. Like, how much?
Because if you're watching like Batwoman in general, and you're like, why is she a lesbian? It's like, did you know that she was? Like,
you said me without knowing the story. I see now. Okay, let's.
Yeah, Ruby got a lot of crap. They're like, you can't act, you're wooden, you don't have an emotion, you're not gay enough, and you're gay. Like, it's political. There's an agenda, but there's not enough agenda. I'm like,
what does that mean? You're not gay enough. That doesn't make any damn sense. You're not gay enough.
And within the LGBT community, technically, I don't know why, the Anthony Plast, the G, doesn't matter.
You know what though? You're right.
Yeah. I think LGB is better luck next time. T is try again. Like, and that's unfortunately, as somebody in that community, it happens within the community. So I mean, there's more biphobia, transphobia, all that stuff within the freaking community than there is outside of it. So it is.
I mean, every group has their nonsense. Period. Like just
every group is like, I don't like you because you're this way, but I like all these different kinds of people, but you're not like this, so I don't like you. Like it's a sense that I can be myself, but you can't, and it's so straight. It's like I don't get why there's so much I guess non-understanding or like intolerance in the community itself.
Too much Nickelodeon and Disney. And I mean that not being funny. I'm being serious. Like we watch way too much. That was everything we watch as kids telling us like that we were the center of it all and it's all for us, even though it wasn't. And so since we don't have it, we're creating that narrative on our own.
Well, and I think there is also like a problem with labels. Like I really think there's a problem with everybody's trying to be like regarded as special. Like, and you don't need and I'm sorry, but for me, there are a lot of things that fall under the bisexual category. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you only like somebody for their brain, or if you like everybody, or if you just like if you like lesbians, but more like butch looking lesbians. That to me falls all into this bisexual category, and I'm bisexual. Like, shout out! Whoa, who knew?
Well, see, and like we were talking about this, you don't even have to say bisexual. I actually believe that so many people are on the spectrum and they don't realize it, and that's the problem.
So serious.
We were talking about that today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I've always thought that way. So many people are on the spectrum, and like some people don't want to admit they're on the spectrum, and there's that fear, that comes along with it. So it's crazy. It's all crazy. I just wish people just accept stuff.
Everybody, let me tell you something. Everybody likes booty, whether it's man's butt or woman's butt. Kind of like booty.
That sounded very analytical and motivating and creepy at the same time.
Well, I can't say that. No, you're right, because there's some ace people that are like, they're like certain ways romantic but not sexual. Yeah. So they may look at the booty and go, "That's a nice butt. I don't have sex with it, but it's a nice butt. I like it.
I can appreciate the butt."
It just took a deep turn, guys.
I mean, we were talking about Batwoman, so it fits.
Because apparently we need to talk about booties now. She does have a nice ass, though. I'm just saying.
Yes, she does. Yes.
So now all I need is for Ava Sharp to be made canon in the comics. She isn't canon yet?
I don't know.
Huh.
You finna look it up?
That might be, I guess, none of the legend characters, because it's Sarah. I'm like, because Sarah technically is not a real character. She was made up. White Canary is a character, but Sarah Lance is not a real character. She was made up for Arrow. So I don't know. I mean, I'd be hard pressed. Besides, Adam and all the other ones, there are characters. If a majority of them ever make it in, because they're made up for Legends of Tomorrow, and people think that's the parody of a superhero show. So
Yeah,
I would love her to be in it. Her and Sarah would be awesome, canon wise. But
no, she's not canon at all. But might be because she's from Earth 1, like Prime. So like maybe that's why they're not doing it. I don't know. Maybe they want to retcon it.
I mean, hell, Ava's a clone of clones.
Yeah.
Of clones, so I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see. I want her to be. She's my favorite original character from Legend of Tomorrow. I do like Ava a lot, so I get that. Ava's very cool. Is it me, or is anyone else tired of DC focusing on the main heroes like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman? I would rather see more depth to their protege. Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Tell me a story. Shit.
Please tell somebody else's story. Like Jesus, I 100% agree with that.
That's like tell something we don't know. Do like Marvel did. Just pick somebody out of random.
Yeah,
Just pick somebody randomly. Hey,
I mean,
what's your name? Come here.
They were like, who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy?
No,
Like,
I will give the CW this. They pull stuff out of obscurity and make them bigger than they are in their series. Felicity on shit in the comics, guys. Nothing. She was a blimp. She was nothing in the comics. And hell, she was main woman on Arrow.
yeah.
I mean, she took Black Canary's role. That I don't even understand how to comprehend that to this day. I just don't. I don't. But I'm gonna leave it alone. But I do like the actress, Emily Brett. I think her name. She was a very good actress, and I thought she seemed like a very sweet girl. So I'm not hating on the actress. I'm just hating on the choice. Let's see. I am very tired of the big three. I want more Mira, Jason Todd, Casey Kane.
Jason Todd would be so cool.
That'd be a very edgy movie.
It'd be so edgy.
Isn't Jason Todd going to Titans though? The new season?
Did he? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I know he's part of the whole Bat Family Joker family crossover thing going on right now in the comics, but I don't think he's part of the.
I need to look. I know they talked about Red Hood was going to be introduced. I'm going to have to look back.
In the Titans, like the
Titans new season. Yeah.
Huh.
I have to go look at that.
I don't know.
Things because they're going to Gotham in the new season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's potential for a lot of Bat family members to show up.
That's true.
Let's see. I usually was hoping John Cena would play US. I actually yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
Yeah, John Cena.
Whatever, it's like I'm a U.S. agent. Where'd he go?
That would be cool.
Power baby.
Well, I'm sorry that your dreams were doused because they did not cast John Cena in that.
No,
role.
they did not.
I would love to see more depth into characters like Cassandra Cain, Duke Thomas, Bobby Barnes, Peony Miguel. You got a list, Nicholas. Cassandra Cain was already messed up in the Birds of Prey movie. Well, I'm sorry, the Harley Quinn movie. That is not Lady Shiva's daughter. She's not, they didn't even reference Lady Shiva in that movie, and that also ticks me off.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I really want to watch that movie.
We're gonna have to watch it. We have to.
Mm.
Yep. Let's see. In the comics, I believe Arnim Zola is some kind of advanced AI. So yeah, in the MCU, he was also an MCI because AI because that's all he was because he was just and his brain was uploaded to the mainframe. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't. It's just really weird. Daniel Chang flashbacks. If you're talking about Zola, it could be a flashback, but I think he's gonna be one of the villains of the season that Bucky probably has to face with Sam. So I don't know. I feel like those types of characters could never be killed off.
I mean, don't say that.
All right, keep playing.
Well, I think the villains don't die, and I don't know why. I don't know how they survive half the stuff they survive. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because they're villains, they have to. Like you're never emotional. Like if a villain dies,
No.
but you're always emotional.
Well, I don't know.
Depends on the reason, though. Whether
Yeah, that's true.
some villains you feel sorry for because of why they're. Because I mean, in all regards, Punisher technically is considered a villain.
Yeah, by a lot of heroes.
So, but you also understand why he's batshit crazy. So,
Punisher's Batman with Punisher's Batman without any money.
Oh, that's sad.
Punisher doesn't need any money. He just goes in there and takes it. I would love Punisher. I would love Punisher. A Punisher versus a Batman comic. That would be interesting.
Punisher doesn't have enough money to afford to beat Batman. I'm going to be honest with you.
But somehow he still gets tech. That's what I don't understand.
He's probably stealing it from criminals.
I was going to say, he's probably stealing it.
Yeah,
well, check this out. Punisher walks into Bruce's house, takes his shit, and then beats his ass with it. I'm just saying.
How can he fucking kick? I don't know. He always shoots motherfuckers. I don't know.
In the comics, he doesn't always shoot people, especially the man in the Caribbean island.
You talking about
the guy was cutting up the fish, and then Frank goes by and says, "Oh, good idea."
No,
he's very creative in how he kills people.
If Punisher have that chance to, I don't know how the hell he would have done it.
Basically, prep time.
Yeah, if you get Punisher the chance to, for some, I don't know, unforeseen way, he broke into the Batcave. Is once again some unforeseen way he did that to steal some tech and use it against Batman.
People break into the Batcave all the time.
Usually, the people that know who even Joe
Batcave yesterday, whatever.
Usually, but no, we do bring it back here. People with superpowers like the Flash or Superman or some shit, or Static Shock when you got transferred through time or all that nonsense.
Well, no, they should be scared that I broke in there just to get his Netflix password. I'm just saying.
That's a bragging right. If you broke into Batman's Batcave and stole his Netflix password, I'm like, how the hell did you? So where's your cape?
I'm approached the damn nerd. What's wrong with you?
Holy shit.
Maybe they have a backup USB of Arnim's personality.
Y'all come up with way too many excuses and not enough, stories.
It's like it's saved like somewhere else, and you just like go and like plug them in into like a robot body or something. And it's like, hey, there you go. I'm back, baby.
So whatever
this is Vision style. It's the Vision style stuff. I'm plugging you in.
Exactly. Yep.
So what I'm hearing is whatever is going to happen, I'm not going to like. That's what I'm hearing.
Probably not. I'm more worried about how they're going to do Isaiah Bradley and his legacy because they need to be careful how they spin this.
It's going to be interesting.
I mean, and see, that's the thing. Whenever we comment on how they're going to do something, it doesn't matter because they're going to do their own thing. I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not going to argue with money. Sorry.
Like characters like Josiah X or even Eli Bradley, Patriot, since we're getting Kate Bishop at some point. I already talked about Kate Bishop last week.
Yep, you did.
Because I'm still confused on how a 14-year-old is going to be Miss America. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'm very confused. I second the Dread 2 sequel. Netflix needs to bring that to series. Mr. Claymore, I am 100% behind you too, but don't hold your breath because they're not going to.
It ain't happening.
They're just not. Since Steve Rogers messed up the timeline, does this mean that Isaiah Bradley, the quote unquote first Captain America, since Steve decided to go back and live his best life with Peggy? Yes.
That is exactly what the hell that means.
Yeah, if Isaiah Bradley had just been Captain America, MCU would have been a hell of a lot better off. I'm just saying.
I mean, to be for real,
yeah.
Because I can't trust you. I'm the man that would jump on a grenade. Peggy, is that you?
Like, where are your loyalties? What the
and you are untrustworthy.
He's only loyal when it's convenient.
Yeah. I don't understand why people follow you, Tony. You cannot be trusted. Hey guys, wait, hold up. I gotta go. Bucky's in trouble. I'll be back.
I gotta go. Bucky's he's in trouble, guys. And Tony, I know
right now. I need to go take care of it. So I know you guys are in depthly in battle with shit and want they got you locked in the tower, but girl, it's Bucky. So peace out. And don't worry, I am here for you. I am the leader you need, but I'm not to jump back in time. and I'm the girls back there.
Show you why you guys are immoral and wrong, and your loyalties are wrong. But
everything
I'm gonna handle this first.
but I gotta go hit my girl. But I'm sure you guys have this. I know that nothing's been resolved because you know Thanos came, so everything that happened before Thanos is still actually happening now. But it's okay because I believe you can fly. I'm out.
we can clown on him all day.
Captain America is like one of the worst leaders. I swear.
And I couldn't stand Captain America MCU. I just wanted to literally I wanted to be like old school days. Go get a switch off the tree, pick one out.
Hey,
lost your mind.
Outside now, go get a switch.
See, you pick your own switch, and I know how strong you are. So if you come back with the wrong one,
okay, let's see here. Wait, Maria, Steve Rogers messed up the timeline. Does this mean that? Well, I think I read that one. Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't read the Wait, Maria, so I got confused. I'm hoping to get a Batman Beyond movie because it gives us the implication as to what happened to his former protege, like Dick Grayson possibly becoming Hush and Jason going back.
Actually, yeah,
it would actually.
Yeah, it would.
That would be a good tie-in too.
Yeah,
if they wanted to expand the Bat family movies, then I would definitely be down with that. Terry McGinnis was my childhood superhero. He wasn't even my childhood superhero. I wasn't a child when Batman Beyond came out, but he was cool. I really enjoyed it. But I had to say this again: Terry McGinnis is not Asian. I know people don't want to hear this. He's not.
Not Asian.
Not Asian. His mama was white with red hair, and his daddy was Bruce Wayne. So
I know he has the eyes, but he's not.
That's just Tim Bruce's drawing style.
Yeah, I was just drawing
style. I mean, his brother looks closer to how the mother looks, and the guy he thought was his dad.
As a matter of fact, they didn't start designing Bruce Wayne and company with those eyes until they did the Batman Superman crossover and the Superman cartoon.
Yep.
Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent looked the exact same. They really did for the longest. When they put him in the cartoon together, the WB version, they gave Bruce Wayne more of that look, kind of like he was like a little more like broody, and I guess he's been in the Orient or something. I don't know what it was for.
Eyebrows went closer together.
Exactly. Yeah. And everything then like, okay, Batman may have the gruff American chin, but he will always have the sharp eyes.
Yeah.
So that way they can separate, because before you couldn't tell the difference when they had their regular outfits on. Like, who was his?
Well, I will tell you though, we could not mistake Lex Luthor because he was black, and I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
He was on the treadmill with his weights in one episode. He's like, I got this. Superman's coming, and he's like, I could do it too.
Coolest.
They thought about us on that one. Too bad it made us a villain, but at least we're a rich villain.
I mean, let's be honest about Lex. Is he really a villain?
Yes.
Or
his actions are villainous. His actions are mad scientist / villainous. You know what though? I'm gonna be real with you. His motivations are actually very self-centered. He's upset because there are people stronger and more powerful than him, and he needs to be the narcissistic person that he is, the number one person everybody counts on and thinks it's strong and thinks it's smart. So if he was doing it for some other reason, it would be fine. But no.
Yeah.
In layman's terms, he's an asshole.
but we have asshole characters, and I mean, I'm not saying that I don't know. I'm just saying. Think about
Groove will back me up. Here we go, Jam. You ready? So, Jam, you are a villain, and Groove is a villain. So, Jam, you walked down the street and you found this cat, and then somebody came with an axe, and while the cat was in your arm, they did something very bad with the axe and the cat. We ain't gonna get into all that. You went crazy and just started killing everybody that hated cats. You are a villain, but we understood you snapped. Groove was like, so this motherfucker's got a better goatee than I do, and his braids are shinier. So now I got to take over the whole freaking world. That's Lex Luthor. I'm like, that is the difference.
Yeah. That is the difference. Yeah, there's a huge, really
versus trauma.
But to be fair, though, Superman causes a lot of problems.
Yeah, he does.
So if he was really to stop Superman, would it be a bad thing?
It would when he does it after the fact.
Yeah, because at least Superman does save kids in school buses. Lex doesn't do that.
No, it's dumb though, because Lex stops Superman, but then there's still like a whole plethora. Shazam still exists. What are you talking about? Like your fight's not over.
Yeah. If we're gonna talk about problems, all of the heroes and vigilantes from DC and Marvel are operating without a license, so they're all problematic.
Seriously,
If I'm
like,
sitting in my apartment and they get into it and they go and they fly in here and crush me to death, and they're like, "Oh, that is problematic."
yeah,
I'm not laughing at you being crushed to death, but
I'm happy about that.
it's the whole thing, like, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mess in your carpet, and he flies off. Like, oh, well, that was the end of that, I guess.
Yeah, and you can't. And if he flies out, if he has the cape, you can't grab him because then your arm is gone.
Like, what are you gonna do? We'll call the police and do what? Yeah. Get more people
and
killed?
Then more than likely, none of them are gonna remember doing it.
Their insurance has to be so high.
I want to know who's paying it. We know who paid for Avengers. That was Tony Stark.
Like, Bruce Wayne is paying for it.
Who's paying for the Justice League to go crazy?
Bruce Wayne is paying for it.
Nope. Bruce Wayne isn't paying that. He's like, I don't know them. I was in Gotham.
That's why he didn't come on the meetings. That's what they do when Bruce comes in and he scowls at people. That's why they go like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He has to pay more money. Like, you guys have the station on my dime. This is a Wayne code. It's a Wayne code station. Don't get to argue with me. If I say no, you can't go. No, motherfucker, you can't go. Sit your ass down. No.
Oh, I didn't think Bruce Wayne built Watchtower.
I don't know. I'm just making that up. I mean, if he did, it'd be kind of funny. It makes sense.
No, he just pays for the electric bill
in space.
What is that? MLGW?
Well, that's a 901 joke, guys. We only have one company, so we have a monopoly. For some reason, it's legal here. I don't know why. It's not supposed to be. It's actually illegal. That's what they do here. Okay, so we did that one.
Static was legit.
Yeah. To his mob boss, Red Hood persona, Damian becoming the new Demon Head, and Tim Temperley becoming the Joker, Jubilee, Terry McGinnis, Brock from Pokemon, basically my animated childhood.
That last one caught me off guard.
I wasn't expecting to see Brock. That was
I mean, if we're gonna talk Pokemon, I guess Brock probably was the coolest out of them. Because he was the one that's like, nah, yeah, you go do you.
He was the one that had his head on his shoulders, kind of. Yeah. Well, except when it comes to women.
Brock, the perma virgin. You know what's bad about that though? Let me not make fun of Brock that way. Because even though he was trying to get laid throughout the entire series, you don't know. After he left Ash, he might have got his, whatever, and all that good stuff. How old was Brock even? Like, he was he 16, 15 years old?
Yeah. I don't know. They always draw characters either too young or too old for their actual age. So
I mean, it doesn't make sense in a lot of ways. I mean, because Ash was 10, Missy was like 11.
Ash has been 10 for the last 30 years.
I know, right?
Yeah. Nicholas Kelly said that Static was his childhood superhero.
Yeah,
I can see that.
When I was much, I mean, I wasn't a kid when Static Shock came out, but when Static Shock did come out, it was I really highly enjoyed the cartoon, especially even though intro, it gotta be big, but yeah, it was dope. I love Saturday.
I like that. Yeah, it was on WB Kids. I used to watch it every weekend. Was reconfirming that Static was my childhood superhero. He forgot. Definitely one of his heroes too. Put him in between Brock and Terry McGinnis. I'm hoping that we get Nubia or even more insight to Peony McGill or Star Blossom or Bobby Barnes, Wonder Boy, because that's just a one shot. See, that I really want them to flesh out some of the one shot characters, the obscure characters that you always see in these meetings. You see them in the background, like the artists actually think about them and put them in the background, but they don't have any lines. It's so weird to me. It is very weird to me.
Perpetual cameo.
Yep. It was like, is that Star Blossom? Yeah.
And then you think it's like, oh, maybe they're going to like introduce them later on and have a whole thing going on. No.
Nope. I'm like, you got that one thing and that's all you get.
It's not bad.
I'm hoping that Luke Fox's big brother pre-crisis. So you're talking about who Batman's gonna be?
I'm not sure.
And the comic run? Okay. A future state? Okay.
And then Claymore, Cena can't act. Glad he wasn't US.
I don't know. He did pretty good in that insurance commercial.
That's a commercial.
Well, commercials have acting.
Yeah, commercials are hard, man.
You don't need gravitas to do a commercial.
They have what was it? Game of Thrones has porn actors and actresses in it, and they are main characters. So you can't tell me porn has some of the worst acting. So you can't tell me.
But you see that the porn characters that are in that show don't have a lot of lines. The lines are mostly spoken by both acting skills. They are there to just be there to support the other. And it's not a thing. It's not confusing. No who does that the same way in like Japanese TV shows. They get porn actresses to play the villains because all they're doing is.
So, ATNers, I hope you're getting your education right now on porn stars and acting.
They're good at being,
and how John Cena apparently has the same acting school as porn people.
either loud and obnoxious or quiet.
Can you act in a commercial?
Daniel Chang wants to add on to your conversation by saying wearing underwear on the outside ? So I'm assuming this is probably in regard to you talking about the costumes being better in Marvel than in DC. I'm hoping that that's what it is. That or maybe he wants us to wear our underwear on the outside. I don't know.
That would be so uncomfortable. Like,
and you have to get like oversized underwear too.
Yeah,
to fit
you would.
over your pants.
You gotta have underwear that's 2 sizes too big.
Yeah.
And then you gotta just walk around. You might walk around with some like lace front panties and shit over the jeans. Like, what are you doing?
This isn't Doug. We can't.
No,
we're not. We're not
doing that.
But I mean, if you want me to try, I will.
Gross.
That's the 100K video. Thank you, video right there. Everybody walks around with their underwear on the outside. Yito said Cena doesn't really need to act as U.S. agent. John Walker is just an extreme version of Cap. He already has enough experience being extreme as well as a showman. That's just true. He's basically WWE. I mean, that's true. You don't need any acting for that. Can we forget the animated Titans movie? Yes. Which one?
Which one?
You know what? No, we can't forget. Get over it.
Yep.
And it was sad.
Claymore. If Claymore is your real name, you have a cool name.
That is a cool name.
Yep. Because there's that's one of the coolest weapons that I have in a lot of video games. Claymore. DC share everything multiverse with them. No, Cena can't give any performances, and U.S. agent does require someone to act. Yeah, but I think it's more like technically his character is pure violence. He's more extreme than Captain America. So if they just play off of that and give all the real acting to Sam and Bucky, then we don't got to worry about it. He's a side character, guys. It's fine. I disagree, but you're free to your own opinion. Uh-oh. That's a good way to handle that, Ida. That's a good way to handle it. And then Claymore said, super hentai.
Yes. Let's start trying to shoot these really quick because Jam does have another podcast to do.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing, Group. Be quiet.
Sorry.
Quarter Jam, not to shoot your shot, but I don't think that they have the budget or time to give Rachel Ravenroth a movie because we all know at some point they would try to make it less. This is true.
Yeah.
And in fact, about Netflix. So that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and if it's on Netflix, I assume that everything's going to be either over budget or under budget.
Yeah.
That seems like the route that they go. So, I mean,
unless somebody else is sponsoring it with them, because sometimes they'll do projects and they'll have like a second person come in and then they just, release it or distribute it. But yeah, I don't know.
Or, bump all that and give it to Hulu. Like Hulu does great with their stuff.
Actually, they
really do. I love the Runaways. They did a really good job with the Runaways.
So they can have Hulu take over the Raven series.
Just get Doritos to sponsor it. Sponsored by Raven series, sponsored by Doritos. That's a lot of money right there.
Seriously, that really is, because look at how they did the infamous Justice League. But if they tried, I'm hoping it would go something similar to like Nico Minoru or even Doctor Strange. I could see that. I miss the days of Rita Repulsa. don't like a conquer. No, you don't. Go to sleep. Yeah, she was a nice villain. She let you go to school. She let you take naps. She let you have a life. I'm not going to attack you until after school because I know what 10.
Exactly. Yeah, wait till they're free so they can chance to make this work. Something.
She was so courteous, and you know what? All villains should be that way.
She sent them out there at first in their regular form, and then it was like, okay, I'll make you grow now once you're losing.
Yeah,
she sent them out there growing to begin with. Like, what are you doing, Rita? Like,
Well, her Japanese counterpart was a Satan worshiper, and she actually killed children and sacrificed children because she lost her son to a dinosaur attack. So
yeah.
she's completely opposite in the Japanese version.
That kind of what Ooze was doing. Except that part, it was
that
just
parallel. Seriously?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe because like their parents, obviously they're going to die anyway. So
Well, that got really dark, really fast. All right.
So they had no idea Power Rangers had to labor under licensing issues as well. Yes, because we don't own them. That's basically what it boils down to. If we do our original stuff, that's fine, but we don't own the suits, we don't own any of the weapons, none of that stuff. So Approach the Nerd, that sounds like fun. I don't know what that's to, but thank you. It was fun. Like,
the Hobby Rangers.
Oh, the parody. Okay, yeah. It's on crack. I really hope you guys enjoy it because something is seriously wrong with us mentally. Looking forward to the parody. Yay. Looking forward to both Yido and see, I'm telling you, Yido and Nicholas Key. When I do merchandise, I should do merchandise. I'm gonna get you guys pom-poms. You're like my cheerleaders.
Actually, we know someone who can do merchandise. So we'll talk about that after the show.
Ooh, and you know what's funny is Claymore just said merch can be profitable though, and I think he's talking about what Hasbro's doing because they make all the toys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wonder how that's gonna. If you don't have the license to the show, how will you make the toy? This is really weird to me. This whole situation is weird to me
because it makes no sense. But it's because it feels wrong. But they're gonna figure out a way to do it, and you know it. And they probably know how they're gonna do it, and you're like, damn, that was clever. Rude, wrong, but clever. Like it's gonna happen. They're gonna get it.
Yeah.
They'll make Rangers with like 4 arms instead of 2.
I like spell Rangers with a Z. Yeah. Something's gonna happen. It's like, yeah, we own this. Like a little change did it. Yeah.
No. Let's see. What do y'all think about Draken? Are you talking about Lord Draken from the Power Rangers? Are you talking about Draken from World of Warcraft? Which one?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about like Kim Possible, like Dr. Draken. I was like,
Dr. Draken from Kim Possible? Which one?
There's so many.
Yeah. Let's see, Jet Groove. Yeah. Then it was how 50 Shades was created and put into a movie series.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened though. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. It is. It was a whole fan fiction thing. It was a Twilight fan fiction.
Oh yeah, she did. She changed the names when she wanted to get it published. I forgot about that.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
That's how you. I mean, hey, group, start writing that fanfic.
No, I'm not doing that. I could, but that's so cheap. Artistic integrity. I can't do that.
I actually really like
him. He's coming out with another book. We are broke. Get on it.
Get on it. Yeah, put your integrity in the drawer. But some
so
fan fiction is actually better than some series. I'm just gonna be real with you.
I don't know. And
if we're
it'll be easy to do though.
If we're comparing 50 Shades to Twilight, I think they're both equally as terrible. But that's not to say that some fan fiction, like fan written shit, can be better than the original. So yes, get on it.
True. It is true. I've read some stories that were much better, especially in comic book land. Yeah. And sometimes the fanfics fix the problem that the ending of the actual canon shit didn't even think of.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged is a perfect example of that.
You're right, actually.
Yep.
Maybe I'll do the Quantum Leap because that ending was not satisfying at all.
Do that. There you go. I wrote the ending of rewrote the ending to Quantum Leap.
Yep.
And like there what happened next and where it goes.
What you think should happen. And then after you do that, do Sliders because that pissed me off too.
So much so to that. Oh my God. Like where do I start?
I love the first season. The second season was okay. And the rest of it was trash.
Period. Just God damn. Anyway, next one. Before I go on a tangent.
If you have to steal someone else's work, then take that.
Seriously. It's like this lose. It's for you.
Yeah.
Have fun with that. Wear it around.
You said I used to be a huge Batman fan, but I hate that he always wins. I know, right? It's so stupid.
Every time. Even in the end, he's always allowed to want to survive. It's like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's see. Remember when DC movies were the only superhero movies coming out? Christopher Reeves and Michael Keaton. Yes. And you know what? Those were cool days. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Much simpler
I was
times.
gonna say,
I will, and then even if you hate Superman, I have to say the original, the OG, very first Christopher Reeves movie was fucking A, because they literally were coming up with this stuff. Like, they didn't even know how to make him fly while they were filming the movie. If you watch the documentary, they were coming up with camera tricks with a green screen, and that is the first time they've ever used a movement green screen motion tracking. It all was developed for that movie.
Yeah, I don't hate Superman. I just hate the way they keep writing him. He's not a consistent at all. Like, it's just.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. There's a lot of characters they do that with. I mean, I don't know why. That's what had too many hands in the pot.
it's like, what's next for Superman? Oh, his shoes are tied together. He has lasers in his toes, and he can defeat someone tying his shoestrings together. Whoa! And now it's a new superpower, and we're never going to talk about it ever again.
There was so many of those back in Golden Age Superman.
It was just meant for that one situation, and that's it.
He could see.
No. I'm telling you. His counterpart was Adam West, though, because Adam West had everything in that damn belt. Holy crap, Batman! I gotta go to the bathroom. Well, don't worry, Robin. I have some bat toilet paper right here in my pillow.
Some bat TP and some bat butt spray.
Like, as a matter of fact, I have a porta potty right here.
Like, damn, I'm hungry. Have a bat carrot.
No, if there was a Batman movie from that era, Adam West era, and like the beginning, they're in the helicopter, and like for some reason, Batman's on a ladder and a shark gets on his leg. Shark repellent.
Why do you have this? In what scenario? I don't give a damn how much prep time you got. Why would you think, for any reason, you'd be above the ocean where over shark-infested waters? I don't.
Like, at one point, so this also begs the question: does he have repellent for like every animal?
I hope.
Like, is there like some random like squirrel repellent that he has?
If he doesn't, I'm fighting God.
Squirrel girl, watch out!
Oh, I laughed so hard. I almost peed myself.
Like, God. Like Batman, like people say Superman has too much going on. He's not the only one, because Batman has way too much shit in that. As much stuff as he's carrying that belt, he's carrying at least 4 children on him at all times. There's no way.
Hell, he had, and Alfred was always outside doing the garden. I don't know what was going on.
It makes no sense. Like how much stuff?
Hello, Master Bruce. I'm just tilling the tulips. There's nothing to see here, Alfred.
Oh my gosh.
Partner Maria Groove isn't wrong. We do have Punchline, but yeah, that wasn't a Birds of Prey movie. It was Harley movie with a few of the residents of Gotham. I know, I said that. I said it wasn't. I said it wasn't a Birds of Prey movie. I said it was a Harley Quinn movie. But Groove, you weren't wrong. Just so I can tell you that.
Yeah, thank you. We got Punchline now. So I mean,
Flame, I said thank you. And we'll say you're welcome for whatever that's for. When Batman took down Mira in Justice League Rebirth after she decked an entire Justice League, I was done with him. The Bat Belt is the most OP superpower in DC.
Swear to God, like, what don't you have in there?
The Batmobile.
You have to. Yeah. Like, here's a belt. Here's a pocket in the back that has just the answer in it. Like, here's the answer.
Yeah.
Batman, that's in your bat belt the whole time? I could have always done this, Robin.
Yeah.
He takes off his cowl. I just didn't want it to come to this. Like, what the fuck is going on?
F that. They played terrific. Jon Stewart, Vixen, Camille Hoshia, Dr. Light. I agree with everybody. And Vixen should not be played down. I absolutely agree with you. Vixen should never be effing played down.
I agree with that.
Like, there's so many characters played down for just, oh my God,
stupid reasons. Never was a Batman fan. Never. Thank goodness.
Yeah, but I care for the person.
I'm not a Batman fan either.
To me, it's like Superman. It depends on which version we're talking about. Because there's some Batman, I'm like, I like that Batman. And there's some that's like, man, what the hell is wrong with him?
Where was the one where he became a badass vampire? Holla at me with that.
Oh, the one that
dark.
Just dark. Yeah, that was.
I like Flashpoint Batman when it was actually his father that became Batman. Because And then the mother became Joker. That shit was cool. Yeah. Then that I agree with why Batman could never kill Joker because that was his wife. That was cool. That was cool.
That is what happens when you mix Batman and the Punisher together.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. Flashpoint Batman. He will kill you quick. He don't even answer. Like, well, you're useless then, yo.
Yep.
Like, yo, damn.
Yeah, man. He said, not only did I kick your ass, I started this whole company behind me too.
Yep.
I made every CEO board meeting.
With the whole 5 o'clock show, you can tell he's at home drinking his life away and shit. He gets out with 2 guns and kung fu. He's like, all right, time to make this happen. I ain't gotta move for this shit no more.
You're like, you came to my house, Alfred. Hold my damn cape. Yeah, I love that version. Same, but I care for the Prodigy more than the Bat. Yeah, I love all the Bat family characters. So yeah, I love the universe. I just have a problem with Bruce.
They're much more interesting, and they have like their backstories are a little bit more interesting too. I think it's because they have more personality than Batman.
They do. Batman is really 2-dimensional as shit, but all the other characters have like way more going on.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Instead of putting into the infrastructure, stop fucking stealing orphans and training them to martial arts and fight people. That's all I'm saying, man. Like that's
we need help building roads. Like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna just keep stealing kids and training them under me. Just so they can die later on.
Like, isn't that wrong as shit? And they're all Stockholm syndrome. But I love my father.
Like,
no, you don't.
Either they're going to die or they're going to learn to hate them.
Exactly.
So one of the two.
Stop doing that shit. Why need friends?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Like Batman, but I need support and friends. You're a grown ass man. Go to a bar. I don't want to hear it. Go for some fucking therapy. Like, this is making whatever.
Seriously, telehealth, Bruce. As far as Superman, I prefer Hyperion. He just seems more realistic, and he's not above using lethal force, which ultimately makes Hyperion extra terrifying. Okay, yeah. So I remember, if I'm thinking correctly, Hyperion's a Marvel character. He started off as a villain, though. Let me look at that up. I'm pretty sure he used to be a villain.
What, Hyperion? I think so.
Yeah, I think he started off a villain. Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, he did. He was Mark Milton started off with Grandmaster, so he was a villain, and then he became a hero and worked with the Avengers. So yeah, I can see that. But I mean, again, it'd be hard because he's Marvel and you're not DC. So everybody has to have their version. You know this. Everybody has to have one. Unless Hyperion's going to jump ship and be like, I'm going to be over here with the Leaguers now. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do understand, like, you saying that he's cooler than Superman.
Yeah. In a century.
Yeah, he's definitely that. What is this? I completely jumped down. It jumped down again. I'm so sorry, guys.
You were at Gladiators, also amazing as Superman analog. Superman's incorruptible moral character was never sold on me.
Yeah, that's just boring. I don't like that either. Yeah. He's that complete Boy Scout attitude. I hate that shit.
That's that whole Captain America BS.
Yeah. I mean, but they're essentially the same person.
Yeah.
Well, they wear the American flag on their body. So, I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
So, what else you going to do?
Okay.
I used to like Barbara Gordon, but she's becoming a bit much lately. I've rejoined Teen Nightwing and Red Hood, though. I understand that and I feel that, but I still like Barbara Gordon. I think I like her more because she just goes through so much shit and she's coming back. That's really
I love her best in Birds of Prey. So that's the series. I mean, when Joker messed her up.
Yeah.
Also, Barbara chose that lifestyle. She wasn't thrown into it like the others were.
Batman didn't.
Batman's child labor.
She's like, that was like fun. I'm gonna do that because my dad says I can't. And I was like, oh, you angsty little child, don't do that. And then
I was just thinking about that, Jam. It is child. Batman and Xavier have a lot in common. They both use underage kids.
Like, come on now.
Well, and it's funny because whereas Xavier uses kids, damn, why did I forget his name?
Batman.
No. Magneto. Magneto uses kids, but he also goes after adults too.
Yeah.
True.
So it's everybody.
Magneto goes anyhow he can get.
Yeah, Magneto's like everybody I can get right now.
Xavier's like as long as you're 16 or younger. And I'm hot grown-ups. They get on my nerves. They have arguments. Well, Wolverine, but he's a good tank. He lets us know the enemy's too tough. He goes and gets thrown.
You ever notice though that all the ones that aren't underage actually question Xavier, but all the ones that the ones that are younger are just like, okay, professor, we got it, prof. I'm like,
his ideology is way too like we gotta see the good in everybody. In reality, it's like that's bullshit.
Then he's like, but damn, I need somebody to teach y'all. Okay, we got to keep the adults around.
All the Bat family coming around. You mean I get to live in this house?
Yeah.
Free meals? I was an orphan. You gonna let me do that? Yeah, I'll fight. I'll wear that shiny costume.
I like this next comment because I'm about to dissect it. This is for a quick second. I think a master martial artist is pretty far from the definition of being a master of martial arts. That is true in essence of what you're teaching and what you're saying. A master martial artist is somebody who can do it all. A master of martial arts is somebody who can explain it all. That's really the dividing line in what you're saying there.
And Bruce Wayne is not any of that. Groove may be a master at stuff, but Bruce Wayne is not because he did it in 2 years. And I'm sorry, online classes don't count.
Okay, I'll be real. 2 years master all of it is a bit extreme. I can't explain the character for that. I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it's definitely not possible in 2 fucking years. Like
he did not go to over, and this is that problem I had with Arrow with Oliver. He did not fight Ra's al Ghul and win against Raja effing Ghul. And he literally trained for like 2 days. I call bullshit on that.
I mean, but
it was really good training though.
Well, you know what though? People like that story. We watched Karate Kid and we applauded, even though he should have got his ass whipped. Those kids have been no, seriously, like they've been training Cobra Kai for how long? He started training with Mr. Miyagi for like 2 weeks. And then like went in there and whipped everybody's ass.
It was really good training.
And after
Miyagi.
Like it doesn't matter. They even hit him in his damn ankle or in his knee.
All it did was Mike Tyson to bite his ear. We understand that. I'm just saying because that is the Cobra Kai method. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about Ra's al Ghul here. No,
that dude's been alive for centuries. There's no way you're winning that fight.
There's no way.
I don't know how to do 2 punches. I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, how are you 1 punch now? How strong are you? You can just take 2 techniques and win. Okay.
I watched a lot of karate movies the day before this, man. I got it.
It's on YouTube as well. Like, I mean, it worked for Ryan Choi in Crisis, so I'm just saying.
We got about 10 more minutes, at least for me. I mean, you can't.
No, I can't. We got to actually because you got to do the stream on the same laptop.
Let's see. Let's be honest for a hot second. Bruce Wayne or anyone that he associates with never got therapy. He just wants to beat the hell out of people, even though he has enough money to treat them. Yep.
If I had a drink in my hand, I would toast to you. But that's the absolute truth. Oh my God, man. That's all it is. I'm mad as my mom's dead. So we're gonna do about it. Beat up people in the street. Like you can't do that. Watch me.
You can't.
He puts on his cape and runs outside.
You can, because that's what he's doing. I think the worst part is like the money aspect of it. Let's be honest. If he wasn't rich, he'd just be some sad kid who would have to
be Rorschach.
I mean, Batman was homeless. I would love to see what people's reaction would be. He has the same brain, he's still a strategic genius, but I would love to see, he can't get any of these cool gadgets. So he's just throwing like cardboard. I love
he's just throwing like restaurant chairs that
menus he's made, paper airplanes, whatever, paper ninja stars.
I got a paper cut.
Like, where'd you get this? From Chow's Noodle Shop around the corner. It's one of their menus.
Whoever starts buying aluminum foil, make aluminum foil instead. It'll stick.
I think there's a difference between a master and I think you already answered that one. I feel Bruce is superhuman in the Prime universe. His healing ability may not be as fast as Logan's, but he's definitely just as whole. Laugh out loud. He heals from injuries way too easily. I agree. That man is human.
So true. But then again, they do explain because what Batman can bench press, what is it? Like he can bench press, I think he bench press 2,000 pounds. I think he can leg press. No, I'm serious. They try to.
No, I just find it ridiculous.
That's realistic.
He can bench press.
It's the Batroids.
He can bench press a ton. He can leg press even more.
That's because his belt already holds a ton.
Then they also stupid. They also win the character thing. I think the Joker could pick. The Joker can bench press, I think, 1,500, I think. Like, he's crazy strong.
Well, I will say this. I mean, he can beat a Kryptonian, but he can't beat Bane, who's human, who just sucks on steroids all day. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Because Superman doesn't have any kung fu. He doesn't know how to fight.
No, because Superman ain't trying to kill him. Like, that's what it boils down to. If he wanted him dead, if you read Deceased, you'll see what I'm talking about. If he wanted Batman dead, Batman would be dead. There would have been no argument, nothing. He wouldn't have had a conversation. He would have standed at his bat signal and then he would have been headshot. That's what that is. He wasn't trying. Bane was trying. That's why he broke Batman's back.
I bet Batman's dad could have beat Superman easy.
Batman's dad could have beat Superman.
He would have had the fucking.
It doesn't really matter because nobody can beat Lady Shiva, and I will fight anybody. So,
well, too bad, Marina. Lady Shiva died, so we saw it.
No, you didn't see it. That's animated garbage. It didn't happen.
Well, if Raven was there, she could have brought her back with the power of love.
Nope.
She didn't love her, so that's a problem.
She Raven left to go find help.
DC anime is really amazing, except for the Batman Ninja movie. I'm not even going to ask
I'm not gonna lie. It was like Batman was like a samurai. It was
nope.
Yeah, it was interesting and weird. Yeah, and Joker was like an evil samurai character. And it was like ninja stuff, and it was like that.
Yeah,
it was.
I know he met the Ninja Turtles in a movie.
Not bad. Batman fighting Shredder is really cool to watch, but I'm also a Turtles fan, so I'm biased. However,
I'm a Turtles fan too, but I wasn't gonna put that reading. And it's just like when the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles had that crossover.
Okay, first, let's not talk about that. Let's not do that.
Justice League Dark Apocalypse War was the worst. Yes, it was pretty. It was pretty shitty.
I didn't hate it. It was just dark as hell. Like Jesus, I was like,
there are also elements that did not make sense.
That's true. I just like they put Constantine in their universe. It's like there he is. I actually really like Constantine.
They just need to make a Constantine.
I just said that.
That's right. And I was like Keanu Reeves, and you were like,
stop it. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm scrolling down, guys. Kurosami outrage triggers me too. I don't see the big deal about it. I actually thought their relationship was pretty genuine. It's like you said, they were supporting each other from the beginning. Yeah, and when she got poisoned, Asami was the only one that Korra was writing to. And even Mako was like, what's going on between you two? There's so many hints throughout. And what always ticks me off, especially in characters that are well-developed, that obviously like each other and they're same sex. I don't care if they're boys, girls, whatever. If it is an LGBT couple, they're like, oh, they just do that together. It's an agenda. But you can have a guy that like beats this girl's ass like half the series and completely okay when they all come together at the end. It's like,
oh my God, that's love. No, that's psychotic.
That's not. There is a popular, it's called Hanayuri Dango. If you don't know what it is, on Netflix, it's called Media Garden. It has been around since the 90s. It's a very popular manga series. That guy literally almost rapes her in the beginning and they end up together at the end of that series. And so that and is completely acceptable, and it's like, okay, but
she just needed to know that she loved him.
I know. I mean, he had to show her.
Yeah.
What is this?
No, I got time for that. Let's see. I'm more concerned about the writing as well as the fluidity of the bending. Choreography seemed to be a bit more rigid and was highly pissed that Korra could magically do everything once it was introduced. I agree. Except she couldn't do it. I thought she couldn't do air bending. It took her a while to get air bending.
No, it did until she lost her bending, and then she could just magically do it on her own. And then Aang just touched her, and she had that, and the Avatar stayed mastered.
When you said it like that, that sounded very inappropriate. When Aang touched her, she could like able to. I mean, Korra is bi.
No. It's just dumb. It was a state she didn't have to fucking master. She wasn't a very spiritual bender, so her air bending was garbage, and that makes sense. That's why Aang was a better bender than she was in the series, and why he came up with a way to bend bending in the first place.
It took Aang so long to learn how to not just earth bend but also fire bend.
You say that he was afraid of fire bending. Fire bending the first time he tried it. Earth bending took him like a day. He took all day.
But also with the White Lotus, though, they kind of took Korra away from her parents and like raised her away from everybody. Her best friend was a polar bear. That's kind of messed up. That is messed up. And like I said, they had completely different upbringings. I mean, remember, Aang was frozen for 100 years in ice, and she was raised by the Southern Water Tribe, which is already a tribe that the North and South hated each other. And it's just there's a lot of political crap. Then she finds out what her dad was royalty and got thrown out. There's a lot of stuff. And then, her personality, it's a lot more volatile than Aang. But Aang is from the Air Nation, they're calmer. Like Katara's people, they cray cray. So to me, they are actually crazier than Fire Nation people.
And when she first came out, she was like, "I'm the Avatar, and you just gonna have to deal with it."
Which is weird.
She was like 5.
No Avatar before her was able to bend the elements on just instinct like that.
Mhm.
She couldn't airbend. And you're talking about the fluid of the fighting styles, because the last Airbender deals more with MMA type, like kickboxing, boxing, jiu-jitsu, shit like that. They don't have the earlier, much more soft fighting styles they had in Avatar Last Airbender. That's why it looks so rigid. And yes, that is lazy writing. They shouldn't have done that. They should have at least, because you still have people that walk around that could bend the way they used to back in the day. Why would that all be gone now when it actually worked better, especially for creativity techniques? All they were doing was jabbing and kicking and kneeing at each other.
Did they still have the same creators, or not creators, but the
It's the same writers.
Well, not the writers,
But the same person do the martial arts styles? No.
Yeah, because they brought people in to teach them the martial arts style and how the animators can actually write it into the show.
Yeah, no, they didn't do that because they
I
went
don't
more
think
with
that. But I mean, it also comes down to budget. I mean, I don't know. They didn't even have a bigger budget than they had with the original show. They didn't have a lot. Like, I'm surprised we got what we got with how many restrictions they had on them. And I think that's why Michael gets really upset whenever he talks about it. He's like, you guys do not know how much we had to fight. They didn't have to do that with the other show.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why for me, I mean, I know Korra is problematic in terms of plot and things like that, but I have to stand by it in some regards because of how difficult it was to not only get the show made, but to even down to the Korrasami thing. It makes me mad that the first thing people hit on is that. It's like, why is her sexuality? Why does that have to do anything to do with her as being an avatar? It doesn't make any, because Kyoshi was also bi and also was with a woman. So whatever.
There are people who, and I think it's because Kyoshi wasn't like, she was an avatar, but she wasn't the main character. When you put a main character bisexual person, especially if it's like a female, there's this like really weird kind of, if she's female, she has to get with a male kind of ideal. And people want to own female sexuality. Yeah. So I think that's why it's such a huge problem. And if you're having two characters who should be lesbian, it's Nickelodeon, mind you. If it was like a Cartoon Network show, it'd be completely different. But I think that's really what the restriction is, that they want to own female sexuality. And because she is a woman, then it's harder for you to write.
Yeah. Well, and also with Mako, it pissed me off because that guy was a serial cheater. He would cheat on Asami with Korra, then Korra with Asami, and he was a jerk. I mean, he really was. Mako was a jerk. He was not somebody I actually liked as a character. He got better later, but he was very arrogant and he was a prick. So like everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's not with Mako." Even if she wasn't bi, I wouldn't want her with Mako. They were just hard.
He's a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, they're toxic.
16-year-old boys usually do. They just kind of get where they can get it.
Yep.
That's it. Like it's weird to me that even Aang had a relationship in the damn series. Like he's fucking 13. Like, does this matter at this point?
It pissed me off that he had and I will always say this, I do not believe that him and Katara should have gotten together.
I agree
with that. It's so awkward. It was like a little brother getting together with his sister.
Yeah. It's just a forced relationship.
It was so forced. And I hate that's one of the only things I think I really dislike.
I thought she was going to be with Zuko through most of the
that would have made sense.
That would have made a lot of sense.
It would have made sense for both of their character developments, as a matter of fact. But I guess because of fan service, and when you really think of it, like later on down the line, you have a lot of people who don't like that Katara and Aang relationship because it doesn't make sense.
When I first watched the series, I was really cool with the fact that Aang was supposed to be like this character that didn't have any love interest, because we don't have that kung fu David Carradine. I mean, it's not the greatest series, but still, the idea that there's an actual warrior that doesn't need to, like, you can rescue the prince, but you don't need the princess. Mm-hmm. Like, he doesn't need to search for that kind of affection because the world's affectionate towards him. You know, he doesn't need to do it.
Well, I don't like. You said kung fu David Carradine, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I know.
I just like that
I
show
need
only
an
because
example.
that was supposed to be Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee came up with that show. They thought he was too Asian to play an Asian, and I thought that was BS. But I know we only have time for a couple more, so we'll be answering all the other questions that come up in the comment section, guys.
Yes, Maria will be answering all your questions.
And I will get Jam and Groove to do it too. Because this ain't a one show pony. Come on.
You're right.
Let's
I
see.
mean, I'll answer some questions. I'll look at them and
So here's one. Can we get a Deceased movie? Please get a Deceased. If you guys don't know what Deceased is, it's a comic book series where all the DC turn into zombies. And it's
what are you talking about? Yeah.
It's very good. And I would love it. And it's got Constantine in it. And Constantine is one of the saving graces of this year. I effing love Deceased. So please, please, please. I would love to do that and a Batman Who Laughs and a Batman Who Laughs done well.
That would be awesome.
Yep.
Oh my God.
That would be awesome. I'm just afraid of the way they did Killing Joke. So
they fucked it up.
Oh yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm kind of.
If you're gonna do the Batman Who Laughs, if you're gonna make that series, you gotta get that shit a real R rating and not give a fuck about showing body parts, tits, blood, all that. You cannot shy away from shit if you're gonna make that a real thing. Yeah. You cannot. I mean, at all. That is an adult-only kind of fucking series. That is not for kids, period. So, like, if they were to do it to give it where it needs to be, it's gonna be awful to watch because there's all kinds of stuff in there, stuff you can't even see on YouTube.
Yep. Here's a Rita one. Rita was good for your secret identity. That's true. She knew who those kids were. She never even came into English class. You, and you. Get in the hall.
Like Rita's like, I want you to go over the world and kill other people. I don't want to expose those kids. It's fucked up. You know, they're kids. I mean, expose them.
Yeah. They have to have their after school dance. Yeah.
They gotta have friends. I mean, come on now.
I mean, Kimberly has cheerleading practice. Okay.
What? It's Jason's birthday? Well, we won't attack today.
Like, no, let him have his fun, but we'll still make a clown at the carnival eat all the jelly beans. You're like, oh.
We're only gonna send 5 putties.
Okay.
Shang-Chi's roots are far more problematic, hence the outrage from China when Shang-Chi was introduced in MCU. Well, you know, his roots are kind of problematic, but China had no reason to be outraged because he is actually biracial. He is half white. So China needs to research some shit before they get mad. I'm just saying, because as a mixed person, I get mad that we are overlooked all the time. And that is like, they were like, no, he needs to be really Chinese from China. No, his mama was white. So they'll be okay. All right. And no more Saba and Dragon Dagger. Said it will burn. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know how they'll do Saba, Dragon Dagger, White Ranger, Green Ranger, any of that crap if they don't have the rights. So I'm confused at what Hasbro's doing right now.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's no more do.
I love that you got the tune down.
Quarter sound on a flute through your mask. Yeah, that one out.
Yeah. And they literally call fix-its for a reason. Fan fiction that is written well could help. It all depends on the writer. I agree with that. Yeah. I really think that some writers go back and read some fan fiction when they're doing a show and be like, you know what? That's a good angle. I'm gonna go back and edit this script. I sometimes scream my charm theories out into the cosmos, hoping that the CW hears it and says, "Oh yeah, we should have done this. Maybe we go back and retcon some stuff because they need to." But yeah, that I think that's where we're gonna stop. There are tons and tons of comics.
I'm looking through now, and like my cursor jumped all the way to the end. And I'm like, clearly, now it's just I'm going back up. It's like, oh, there's a lot of comments.
There are a lot. We're not hating on it, and we're gonna do our best to answer it. But yeah, Jam has to get back to her podcast at Quarter Life Jam. Subscribe to her YouTube channel. I'll put the link below. And I need to go eat. I'm making kimchi and I'm making rice, so I need to go eat.
I'm gonna have me a drink while I brainstorm.
Rice. You're gonna go take it.
Don't forget to
check out Amazon Marketplace. My 2 books. Doesn't end on tomorrow, and of course,
Traveler's Tale.
Mirage. Description below too in this post. So you'll see it. It should be usually this when I'm with the server that I'm using, StreamYard. I'm not using OBS. It'll normally post, but it takes a minute for everything to catch up. So you'll see it whenever it pops up when it's edited. So, but yeah. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us for our nerd stream Sunday. I'm going to try and do regular nerd streams on Sundays because they're fun. And actually, it helps me so I don't have to post a video on Sunday. I can just do my live stream.
That's the real reason, guys.
That's why I'm here. I love you, though. But until next time, guys, please, please, please know that we love you. The thank you 1K video is coming. Make sure you subscribe to Jet Groove's channel, to Quarter Life Jam's channel. Make sure you check out his book, Support a Brother, because he needs money. Because it's hard out there when you have rent and bills and being an adult. You know how it is.
I'm smiling through the pain.
I'm not, but love you. And again, thank you for approaching Nerve, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Later.